This is Long Island Ducks baseball.
Justin Davies at the plate, the winning run at third. Crowd going nuts. Swung on, bouncing ball left side, off the mitt, up third baseman Brad Strauss. Here comes Willie Rodriguez. Justin Davies has done it again. The Ducks are one strike away from the championship. Jason Johnson makes the catch. He makes the catch, and the Long Island Ducks have swept the Camden River Sharks. They are the 2004 Atlantic League champions. Line butts up the third baseline. Esquivel charging in. They're not going to have a play, and the Ducks are the champions of the Atlantic League here in 2012. Going back is Adam Bailey. He settles under it. He makes the catch. Adam Bailey makes the catch, and for a second straight year, the Atlantic League trophy will reside on Long Island. The Ducks are the Atlantic League champions.
And now it's time for the Long Island Ducks North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital pregame show.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome to TD Bank Ballpark here in Bridgewater, New Jersey, where tonight the Long Island Ducks take on their Liberty Division rivals Somerset Patriots in a matchup of the Liberty Division of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Tonight the Ducks enter with an overall record of 61-54 this season, 21-25 in the second half, while the Patriots are 74-42 overall and 27-19 in the second half this season. Well, a pleasant good evening and welcome into the broadcast booth. My name is Mark Schwartz. I'll be providing the play-by-play commentary tonight as the Ducks take on the Patriots for the second game of this three-game series, and overall the sixth game in a stretch in which these two teams play against each other 7 times, and the ninth game in a stretch in which these two teams play against each other 10 times over 13 games. These two teams very familiar with each other. Of course, the Patriots and the Ducks rivalry goes way back. Long Island entering the Atlantic League in 2000, the Patriots a couple of years prior, but these are two of the most winningest franchises in Atlantic League history. And of course, it's Long Island that has won the last 2 Atlantic League championship series, including the 2013 championship series over the Somerset Patriots. So it's been a very interesting back and forth in the regular season between these two teams this year. Tonight and tomorrow mark the final 2 games between the Ducks and the Pats in the 2014 regular season. Currently, the season series is tied at 18 apiece after Long Island took last night's ball game by a final score of 7-1. And it's been such a back and forth between these two teams if you go over the course of the entire season. Somerset took the first 2 games, Long Island the next 2, then Somerset the next 2, Long Island the next 2, Somerset the next 2, and then the Ducks won 4 consecutive over the Somerset Patriots, starting with a weekend series back on August 15th. Long Island swept the Patriots at Bethpage Ballpark to come within 5 games of first place in the Liberty Division standings, and then another 4-game series over at the Duck Pond last weekend, where the Ducks took the first game over Somerset. They had won 4 consecutive over the Patriots and were within 4 games in the Liberty Division second half standings. But since that point, Somerset had responded. They won the last 3 games of that 4-game series to extend their lead back out to 7 games over Long Island. Of course, Somerset already has the 2014 playoff berth locked up after they took the first half of the Liberty Division convincingly. They have the best current record overall in the Atlantic League this season. But for the Ducks, still a couple of different ways that they can get into the postseason. Right now, after defeating Somerset last night, the Ducks are 6 games behind the Patriots for first place in the Liberty Division standings. The other 2 teams in the Liberty Division, the Camden River Sharks and the Bridgeport Bluefish, are in 3rd and 4th place, respectively, but don't pose too much of a threat. Right now, it's Long Island trying to chase Somerset, and they have a big opportunity over the next couple of days to try to draw even closer to the Patriots. In terms of the wild card race, however, for Long Island, things get a little more interesting, as right now the Ducks are 2 games behind the Lancaster Barnstormers for what would be the final playoff spot or the final wild card spot, because when you look at the way that the Freedom Division is currently situated, a very interesting race currently going on in the Freedom Division. 3 teams tied for first place, the Sugarland Skeeters, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, and the York Revolution. So what that means in terms of the Ducks is that Sugarland would get into the postseason because they hold the overall tiebreaker over Southern Maryland, and York's already clinched. So Sugar Land, under this situation, would take the third playoff spot. That would leave one wild card spot left for Southern Maryland, Lancaster, and Long Island to fight for. And right now, the Barnstormers have already clinched the tiebreaker over the Ducks for the 2014 season. So Lancaster would be the final team to get in the playoffs if the playoffs were to begin today. But thankfully for Long Island, we still have a little less than a month left in the regular season. Still a lot of baseball left and a couple of big games coming up between Long Island and Somerset. We'll take our first break here of the pregame show. When we come back, we'll go over last night's 7-1 Ducks victory with audio highlights and dive a little bit deeper into tonight's ballgame and the pitching matchup for tonight as Doug Arguello makes his first start of the season for Long Island. He'll work against the second-year Patriot David Harden. All that coming up next on the Ducks pregame show here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home, with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio streaming at liducks.com. It's the second game of a 3-game set between the Long Island Ducks and the Somerset Patriots, and we'll take a look back at last night's ball game as the Ducks defeated Somerset by a final score of 7-1 in the series opener. In doing so, Long Island ended a 3-game losing skid against their Liberty Division rivals. It was Jared Lansford on the mound for Long Island against Matt Maloney for Somerset, a matchup that screamed pitcher's duel from the get-go. Lansford entering the game was 5th in the league in ERA. Maloney was 4th. It wound up being a solid pitching performance, but only for one of the starting pitchers as Matt Maloney struggled mightily. Long Island took a lead in the top of the first inning with the bases loaded and 1 out. It was Adam Bailey ripping an RBI single into right field, which gave the Ducks a 1-0 lead. Corey Harelchek responded in the bottom half of the first inning with a leadoff home run off of Jared Lansford to tie up the ball game at 1 apiece. But that would be the only run that Somerset would score over the entire ball game, and really the only blemish to Jared Lansford's final line. Long Island would regain the lead in the top of the second on an RBI double from Brendan Harris. Fast forward to the 4th inning with the Ducks on top 2-1. Joash Brodin flew out to right field to begin the inning, followed by Jan Vasquez reaching safely on an infield single. It was then Dan Lyons popping out to the second baseman, Phelan Lentini with a base hit to put runners at first and second, and that brought up Brendan Harris, who was celebrating his 34th birthday last night. Harris already with 2 hits in the ballgame. His 3rd would increase the Ducks' lead. 2.97 ERA as Brendan Harris rips another base hit into left center field. Jan Vasquez is going to turn third, and he'll head home and score without a throw. Brendan Harris, celebrating his 34th birthday, is now 3 for 3 in tonight's ballgame with a pair of runs batted in, and the Ducks lead it 3-1 over the Somerset Patriots. So Brendan Harris puts Long Island in front 3-1, but the Ducks offense would not be done there. Harris had an impressive day at the plate. He went 3 for 5 with a pair of doubles, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. But Long Island would add to their lead in the top of the 5th inning off of Matt Maloney yet again. Bill Hall popped out to first base to begin the inning. Adam Bailey then with the base hit up the middle. Bailey went 2 for 4 on the day, another impressive at-bat performance from Adam Bailey. Cody Puckett flew out to deep center field, and then Joash Brodin stepped to the plate. Switch hitter, this time batting from the right side. He'd been 0 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats, but Brodin would rip one to increase Long Island's lead.
Hasn't really been known for his speed prowess as Brodin drills one to deep left field here. Going back, looking up, and that ball is gone. It's a 2-run home run for Joash Brodin, his 8th home run of the season. And Long Island has added to their lead. They now lead it 5-1 in the top of the 5th inning.
So Joash Brodin's 8th home run of the season makes it 5-1 Flock. That would spell the end of the day for Matt Maloney. Well, actually, he'd work one more inning, but that would be all the damage Maloney allows. He goes 6 innings, takes the loss, allowing 5 runs all earned on 9 hits with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Maloney dropping to 8-7 on the season. The Ducks were not done scoring, however. We fast forward to the top of the 8th inning. Joash Brodin leading off the inning against the relief pitching for the Patriots, Matt Somo. And Brodin would go yard for his 2nd home run of the ballgame to increase the Ducks' lead.
And then a Joash Brodin 2-out, 2-run home run in the 5th. As here he launches one to deep right field. Looking up is the right fielder Montañez, but that one is gone. Joash Brodin's 2nd home run of the ballgame, his 9th of the season. And Long Island has extended its lead out to 6-1 here in the top of the 8th inning.
So Joash Brodin's 2nd home run, that time from the left side of the plate, made it a 5-run lead for Long Island. Brodin with his first multi-home run game since July 19th of 2013 against the Camden River Sharks over at Bethpage Ballpark. A home run from the right side of the plate and a home run from the left side. Certainly the coup d'etat for a switch hitter. So Brodin's home run made it 6-1. The Ducks would add another run in the top of the 9th on a sacrifice fly from Cody Puckett. And that capped off the scoring as Long Island won last night's ball game by a final score of 7-1. It was Jared Lansford getting the win for the Ducks. Lansford worked 8 innings in which he allowed just 1 run. That was the solo home run to Corey Harelchek in the bottom of the 1st inning. So it was the 1 run allowed on 8 hits, no walks, and 7 strikeouts for the righty Lansford as he improved to 7-4 on the season. It was the 2nd consecutive start for Lansford in which he went at least 8 innings against the Somerset Patriots and allowed 2 runs or less, just 1 earned run. He had worked a complete game 2 starts ago against Somerset over at Bethpage Ballpark, his 2nd complete game of the season. So we'll take our final break here of the pregame show. When we come back, the pitching matchup and the starting lineups and first pitch between Long Island and Somerset on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital in Bayshore is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Life without Ducks Baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks Baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks Baseball. Life is better here.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bayshore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
We are about set for first pitch here at TD Bank Ballpark between the Long Island Ducks and the Somerset Patriots. Mark Schwartz on the call here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio streaming at liducks.com. Thank you so much for tuning in here for this gorgeous Wednesday evening in Bridgewater, New Jersey. A little hot, a little humid, wind slightly blowing in from center field, a little towards left as well, but another gorgeous evening for baseball here. It was beautiful last night, and we're expecting another beautiful night tonight here at TD Bank Ballpark. We'll set the lineups for both teams tonight as we get ready for first pitch. First for the visiting Long Island Ducks, managed by Kevin Baez. The pitching coach is Steve Foucault, and the hitting coach is Lou Ford. A similar lineup to the one the Ducks had last night. One exception, Brandon Bance, returning from being on the inactive list with a concussion. He was day-to-day. He's back into the lineup tonight. Resumed baseball activities yesterday. Brandon Bance is starting behind home plate for the Ducks tonight in place of Jan Vasquez batting 8th. But the rest of the lineup for the Ducks, it's Phelan Lentini leading things off in right field. Brendan Harris bats second and third base. Lou Ford third in center field. Bill Hall's the designated hitter batting cleanup. Adam Bailey fifth in left field. Cody Puckett sixth. Joe Ash Brodeen, one of the offensive heroes last night for Long Island, bats seventh and gets the start over at first base. Again, it's Brandon Bance behind home plate batting 8th tonight for Long Island. And rounding up the order is Dan Lyons. He'll hit 9th and make the start at shortstop. It's Doug Arguello on the mound for the Ducks tonight, making his first start of the season. But before he toes the mound in the bottom of the first, in the top of the first, it is David Harden making the start for Somerset. Harden 1-3 on the season with a 4.29 ERA. The second-year Duck, Harden stands at 6'4", 225 pounds from Marietta, Georgia. Again, played with the Patriots last season and was the Game 5 starter in the Atlantic League Championship Series against the Long Island Ducks. Here he gets the start, works from the windup, and the first pitch of the ballgame is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike to Phelan Lentini, and we're officially underway at 7:08 p.m. local time. Harden from the windup, the 0-1 to the right-handed hitting Lentini is a fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lentini hitting .312 this year with 4 home runs alongside 53 runs batted in. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Out in front of a changeup. Harden pulling the string early in the count against Lentini, and the count moves to 1-2. Again, for David Harden, this is his 7th appearance, 6th start of the year for the Somerset Patriots. Again, 1-3 with a 4.29 ERA. The 1-2 here, Lentini is grounded to the left side and through for a base hit. Past the dive of the third baseman Brian Barden, and Long Island has their leadoff base runner on for tonight's ball game. That'll give us an opportunity to set the defense for the Somerset Patriots tonight. Beginning in the outfield, moving from left to right, it's Ty Wright in left, Corey Harrelchek in center, Luis Montanez in right. Along the infield, Brian Barden at third base, Edwin Masonette at short, Jeff Dominguez at second. Darrell Ward gets the start at first base after he was the designated hitter last night. And behind home plate for Somerset is Damaso Espino. All fielders working in effort for the starting pitcher, David Harden. From the stretch for the first time tonight, Harden's fastball crosses the knees for a called strike to Brendan Harris, 0-1. Harris, a right-handed batter, hitting .290 with 6 home runs and 40 runs batted in. Again, celebrated his 34th birthday last night, and certainly celebrated it in fashion, going 3 for 5 from the plate, including hits in his first 3 at-bats, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in, and 1 run scored. Here's a righty-on-righty matchup as Harden works from the stretch. Phelan Lentini leads off of first, and the 0-1 to Harris is swung on and lined down the right field line. Giving chase is Luis Montanez, but it just lands foul. And Lentini will have to retreat to first base.
Behind section 217.
Bit of an inside-out swing there from Brendan Harris going at opposite field down the right field line, and nearly was able to get that ball to settle in fair territory. But it just landed foul by about a foot or so. Would have been trouble, would have potentially given Phelan Lentini an opportunity to score all the way from first base. But instead it's ruled just a foul ball, and Brendan Harris has fallen behind in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Lentini with a conservative lead off of first. The 0-2 to Harris is a fastball that misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, Lentini certainly a player you have to remain aware of along the base paths. He is 42 of 42 in stolen base attempts this season. Most steals in the Atlantic League. Also best percentage. Here the changeup misses outside to Harris. A little low as well, and the count runs 2 balls and 2 strikes. The infield plays at double play depth against Brendan Harris, who's certainly a double play candidate, but you do have excellent speed at first with Phelan Lentini. The 2-2. Changeup misses low. And now Brendan Harris has worked his way back in the count and run it full. Harden was ahead 0-2, but 3 consecutive balls has Brendan Harris drawing a full count. Harden settles in along the mound. Lentini takes off, and Harris grounds one through the hall along the left side of the infield. Lentini will go first to third, and the Ducks have runners on the corners with nobody out in the top of the first inning. Well, that would have been a routine double play ground ball from Brendan Harris had Lentini not taken off on that pitch. But because Phelan was taking off from first base, that drew the shortstop Edwin Masonette towards the second base bag, left a hole occupied along the left side of the infield, and that's exactly where Brendan Harris deposited that ground ball. So a hit and run works out well for Long Island. Runners on the corners and nobody out, and now Lou Ford stepping to the plate. One of the more dangerous batters in this Ducks lineup. A .338 batting average this season with 13 home runs and 77 runs batted in to lead the team. A right-handed batter works against the righty Harden, who's already found himself in danger here in the top of the first. As the first pitch to Ford is a fastball on the knee, on the corner, knee high, for a called strike 0-1. Lou went 1 for 5 last night. He had a base hit in the top of the 9th inning, which extended his hitting streak to 11 consecutive games. A stretch in which Ford is hitting .378 over those 11 games. Here he takes a fastball outside, and the count runs even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Somewhat light crowd here in Somerset for the first inning of tonight's ball game. Of course, Somerset draws very well, so expect more fans to trickle in as the night progresses. The 1-1 to Ford is swung on and lined down the left field line. That's going to stay fair for an extra base hit. Lentini scores easily from third. Brendan Harris will be held up at third base as Ford arrives standing safely at second with an RBI double. Lou Ford extends his hitting streak to 12 consecutive games, and Long Island leads 1-0 in the top of the first inning. It's Ford's 78th run batted in of the season. That puts him tied in second in the Atlantic League with Chad Tracy of the York Revolution. Cole Gardner currently leads the league and one with runs batted in with 80. Long Island getting on the scoreboard early, just as they did last night. A 1-0 lead in the top of the first, and the Ducks are still threatening. Runners at second and third, nobody out. First base unoccupied, and the former big leaguer Bill Hall stepping to the plate. Hall with an open stance from the right side. Takes the first pitch fastball well outside, and the count moves to 1-0. So you have Brendan Harris now leading off of third base, Lou Ford off of second. All 3 of the first 3 batters in the Ducks lineup reach safely with a base hit. Flock currently in front 1-0 and are looking for more. The 1-0 to Hall. Swung on and chopped foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bill hitting .245 this year with 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in. Last night went 1 for 4. He walked in the first inning, had a base hit in the 9th. Ducks as a team put up 13 hits in last night's ball game. The majority of those coming against the starting pitcher for Somerset, Matt Maloney. Long Island coming out swinging once again here in the first. The 1-1 to Hall is swung on and lifted foul down the right field line. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the former big leaguer. Our umpires for tonight's ball game, it is Dave Speranza behind home plate. Over at first, it's Warren Nicholson, and at third, Fred DeJesus. Harris leads off of third base. Ford with a nice-sized lead off of second. He gets, again, first base unoccupied. The Patriots pitching to Bill Hall here, the 1-2. Swung on and lined to right center field, fairly deep. Overs Luis Montañez. He makes the catch. Harris will tag up from third base. He'll come home and score. The throw goes into third. It's not in time. A sacrifice fly and a run batted in for Bill Hall. The Ducks lead 2-0 here in the top of the first.
Somerset County Recycling is at the ballpark helping the environment, and you can do your part by putting your plastic bottles and aluminum cans in the Somerset County Recycling
16th run batted in of the season for Bill Hall. And Long Island leads 2-0 now in the top of the first inning. Lou Ford stands 90 feet away from home plate. Situational hitting there from Bill Hall. All he had to do was get the ball along the outfield to bring the run home from third. That's exactly what he did. And now Adam Bailey will step in. Bailey's been one of the hotter batters as of late for Long Island. Went 2 for 4 last night, including a run batted in the top of the first. Here he steps in with Lou Ford leading off of third base, and the first pitch fastball misses outside 1-0. The infield is drawn in for Somerset. They're trying to stop the bleeding with the Ducks already leading 2-0. All 4 infielders playing along the infield grass. Harden works from the stretch. The 1-0 to the left-handed hitting Adam Bailey. Change up on the inside corner. Fools Bailey, and the count runs to 1-1. Bailey hitting .301 this year. Now has his batting average over 300. Along with 17 home runs to lead the team, and 76 RBI, second most behind Lou Ford's now 78. The 1-1 here to Bailey. Fastball brushes him off the plate along the inside part. And the count now moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Bailey's 76 runs batted in are 5th most in the Atlantic League entering tonight's slate of games. The 2-1 to the left-handed hitting Bailey is fisted foul down the third base line, out of play, and that'll run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, 2 runs already home for Long Island here in the top of the first inning. An RBI double from Lou Ford and a sacrifice fly from Bill Hall have provided the difference. Adam Bailey looking to make it 3-0. David Harden has already allowed 3 hits against the first 4 batters of tonight's ballgame. Lou Ford leads off of third base. The infield remains in, the outfield straight up. The 2-2 to Bailey. Fastball misses low and inside, and that'll run the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. You wonder if David Harden might be pitching a little around Adam Bailey here. Granted, you never want to fall behind by too much in the first inning, but you have the right-handed hitting Cody Puckett awaiting on deck. Puckett had a sacrifice fly last night, but otherwise went 0 for 4 to end his 11-game hit streak. Here's the 3-2 to Bailey. Swung on and grounded softly to the right side of the infield. Harden fields cleanly, and his momentum will carry himself towards first base. It's a 1 unassisted to retire Bailey. Ford holds at third. 2 away now in the top of the first, and Cody Puckett will step to the plate.
Are only $10. That's the Patriot Team Store, located right next to the main entrance. Again, select T-shirts, just $10. Hitting 6.
So now Cody Puckett steps in, a .288 batter with 8 home runs and 67 runs batted in. Not the at-bat that Adam Bailey was looking for there, as he fails to advance Lou Ford home from third base. So now the infield will back off. They'll play back with 2 away. Right-handed hitting Cody Puckett steps in, and Harden's going to work from the windup, despite Lou Ford leading off of third base. First pitch here to Puckett, a fastball at the D's for a called strike, 0-1. Again, Cody is the reigning Atlantic League Player of the Week after he hit over .450 all throughout last week. He did go 0 for 4 last night, however. The 0-1 here is swung on and fly to center. Under it's Corey Harelchek. He has time. He makes the catch to retire the side. But Long Island puts up 2 runs here in the top of the first inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Ducks lead 2-0 as we move to the bottom of the first on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers, Nicoloc Pavers, pave your way.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here, bottom of the first inning. Ducks currently leading it 2-0 over the Somerset Patriots. Fans, the Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quackerjack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union, serving members since 1916. We'll set the lineup for the Somerset Patriots here in the bottom of the first inning. A lineup managed by Brett Jody. The hitting coach is Shane Spencer, and the pitching coach is Corey Domel. Jeff Dominguez leads things off for Somerset. It'll be Dominguez followed by Ty Wright. Darrell Ward, Corey Smith's the designated hitter batting cleanup. Luis Montañez hits 5th, Brian Barden 6th, Damaso Espino 7th, Edward Masonette 8th. And rounding up the order is Corey Harelchek batting 9th. But here's Jeff Dominguez, who did not play in last night's ball game, and he'll work against Doug Arguello on the mound for Long Island, as the first pitch from Arguello is a fastball that misses outside 1-0. Arguello making his first start of the year for the Ducks, his 5th overall appearance, as the 1-0 here misses inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Arguello is not factored into a decision this year, but does have a 2.25 earned run average. The 2-0. Fastball right down Broadway for a called strike, 2-1. In 4 relief appearances, Arguello has allowed 2 runs, 1 earned on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. The 2-1 from Arguello. Fastball misses inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Arguello stands at 6'3", 215 pounds from Fairfax, Virginia. A left-handed starting pitcher. 3rd year in the Atlantic League, 1st year with the Ducks, as this fastball paints the black on the inside corner. Jeff Dominguez thought that was inside and tossed his bat towards the Somerset dugout, but he'll be asked to retrieve it by the home plate umpire Dave Speranza, as the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Dominguez is a switch hitter, the only switch hitter on the Patriots roster. Here he bats from the right side, as the 3-2 from Arguello is ground sharply over to short. Lyons in front, fields cleanly, and his throw to first is in time for out number 1. So we'll set the defense now for Long Island in the bottom of the first inning, starting the outfield, moving from left to right. It's Adam Bailey in left, Lou Ford in center, Phelan Lentini over in right. Along the infield, Brendan Harris at third base, Dan Lyons at short, Cody Puckett at second, Joe Ash Brodeen over at first. Behind home plate is Brandon Bance, once again catching for Doug Arguello on the mound. So here's Ty Wright, a right-handed batter, work against the southpaw Arguello. First pitch to Wright, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Wright hitting .263 this year with 9 home runs and 50 runs batted in. He had the big hit, well, one of the big hits on Sunday against Long Island to tie up the ball game at 3 apiece in the top of the 5th inning. Here he takes the fastball inside, 1-1. Eventually it was a 3-run home run from Corey Harelchek, which highlighted a 5-run top of the 8th, which put Somerset in front for good. But Long Island certainly responded in last night's ball game, as here the fastball from Arguello misses low, 2-1. Ducks taking last night's ball game 7-1. In that game, Ty Wright went 2 for 4. Struck out in his first 2 at-bats, singled in his last 2 at-bats. So here's Arguello from the windup. The 2-1 to Wright is a fastball that skips low. Block made by Brandon Bance, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Arguello will not be held on an innings limit or a pitch count tonight, after talking with Ducks pitching coach Steve Foucault before the game. The 3-1 here, a fastball at the knees for a called strike, 3-2. Granted, Arguello has only worked 1 inning in each of his first 4 relief appearances, but the Ducks, a little short-handed along their bullpen, will get all that they can get out of Doug Arguello tonight, as Wright chops the 3-2 over to third. Brendan Harris fields the long hop, and his throw across the diamonds in time, 2 away. So 2 out, nobody on, and that'll bring Darryl Ward to the plate, the former big leaguer. Longtime Pirate, Red, among other teams that he played for. He's number 3 batter in the Patriots lineup tonight, hitting .233 this season with 3 home runs and 20 RBI. He'll bat from the left side against the southpaw Arguello, as the Ducks put a shift on along the infield. Joash Brodin guards the line at first. Cody Pluckett plays in shallow right field over at second base, and Dan Lyons plays to the first base side of the second base bag. First pitch here to Darryl Ward, a fastball at the knees inside corner for a called strike, 0-1. So 3 infielders along the right side for Long Island. The only infielder on the left side is Brendan Harris, and he is playing where a shortstop normally would. Here the fastball misses inside to Ward, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ward absolutely crushed the foul ball in last night's ball game. Down the right field line. It would have been maybe a 450-foot blast, but it was foul. And that was his notable contribution as he swings over the changeup. And the count moves to 1-2. Overall, Ward went 0 for 4 in the ball game, including a strikeout in the first inning. And he grounded into a 6-3 double play in the 8th. Here he's fallen behind in the count 1-2 to Doug Arguello. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first. Ducks leading 2-0. The 1-2 to Ward, check swing. The changeup misses low regardless. And that'll run the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun beginning to set a little more here at TD Bank Ballpark. Light starting to illuminate the field. The 2-2 from Arguello. Slider swung on and lined into left center field for a base hit. Nice job of hitting there from Darryl Ward. He fell behind in the count, works his way back, and goes opposite field to beat the shift for the first hit of the ball game for Somerset.
The P.C. Richard & Son cleanup hitter of the ball game, number 15, designated hitter.
So 2 out now, and Ward will lead off of first as Corey Smith steps in. Smith leading the Somerset Patriots in hitting with a .305 batting average, 12 home runs, and 66 runs batted in for the right-handed batter. Starting as the designated hitter tonight for Somerset. Was a starting third baseman last night, as Ward was the DH last night, but those 2 guys switching spots tonight. As the fastball from Arguello, first pitch misses low and outside, 1-0. Infield plays back with 2 out. Joash Brodin in front of Darryl Ward over at first base. The 1-0 from Arguello. Slider misses low and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Of Doug Arguello's 4 relief appearances so far this season with Long Island, 3 have come against the Somerset Patriots. And that's due in large part to these 2 teams playing 10 games in a stretch of 13 games against each other here in the late stages of August. As Smith fouls one off down the right field line into the stands. Hopefully everyone's all right. A couple of ushers making their way over there. It was a sharply hit line drive, and the count moves to 2-1. Again, this is the now 6th consecutive game that Somerset's playing against Long Island. These 2 teams playing 7 games against each other consecutively. If you go back to last weekend, Ducks and the Patriots had a 3-game series at Bethpage Ballpark as well. The 2-1 here to Smith on the outside corner for a called strike. That runs the count even now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Ducks on top, 2-0. Runner at first base. Bottom of the first inning. Outfield straight up against Corey Smith. Arguello comes set. He'll work from the stretch. Checks the runner at first. The 2-2 slider is grounded past Brendan Harris and into left field for a base hit. So consecutive 2-out singles for Somerset here. Both coming on 2 strike counts. Arguello struggling to finish off the inning. The Patriots have runners at first and second with 2 away. And that'll bring Luis Montanez to the plate.
Batting fifth, number 2, the right fielder, Luis Montanez.
So not great speed along the base paths for Somerset, as you have Ward leading off of second and Smith off of first. Montanez steps in, a .233 batter this year with 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. Infield continues to play back. Right-handed hitting Montanez against the southpaw Arguello. First pitch slider, backdoor outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. RBI double from Lou Ford and a sacrifice fly from Bill Hall in the top of the first inning gave Long Island their lead. Arguello looking to toss a goose egg here in the bottom half. This slider misses outside, and the count runs even to 1 ball and 1 strikes.
Everybody clap your hands.
The Ducks wearing their road gray jerseys tonight with gray pants, black socks, and a single-tone black hat with a black brim. The 1-1 here to Montañez is line to short. Lyons can't field it. It ricochets off of his glove. Ward turning third. He will come home and score. We'll see how it's ruled. It was a line drive directly at Dan Lyons, a play he probably should have made. Scores now 2-1 on a 2-out rally for the Patriots. That should be an E6. And it's ruled a base hit instead for Luis Montañez. That ball was lined right at Dan Lyons. It was hit sharply, I'll give him that, but that's a play that Lyons makes 99 times out of 100. It ricocheted off of his glove with him barely having to jump and rolled into left field. But it's ruled a base hit here at TD Bank Ballpark. So it's a base hit and an RBI for Luis Montañez. Ward scores from second base. Scores now 2-1. 3 consecutive 2-out base hits for Somerset have brought them within a run. And now the fastball to Brian Barden at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Barden, another right-handed batter. .230 hitter this year with 6 home runs and 24 driven in. The 0-1 from Arguello. Slider swung on and fouled off. And Barden has fallen behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Arguello retired both Jeff Dominguez and Ty Wright on ground balls to begin this inning. Had a 2-strike count against Darrell Ward, who then lined a base hit into left center field. Had a 2-strike count against Corey Smith, who grounded a base hit into left field. And then Luis Montañez with an RBI single on a line drive that ricocheted off the glove of Dan Lyons over at short. So the 0-2 now to Barden. Slider is fouled off. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. So 6 hits already in the first inning of tonight's ballgame. 3 for the Ducks and 3 for the Patriots. Now Brian Barden with an opportunity where a base hit could tie up this ballgame. Corey Smith leads off of second base. Luis Montañez off of first. Arguello taking his time, staring into Brandon Bance for the call. Now comes set, checks the runners, the 0-2. Fastball fouled off. Barden just gets a piece of it, and Vance isn't able to stay alive, well, isn't able to hold onto the foul ball. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Infield continues to play back as more fans continue to trickle in here at TD Bank Ballpark. The 0-2 from Arguello. Fastball taken low. Brandon Bance with a nice block to keep it in front of him and hold Corey Smith to second base. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Damaso Espino awaits on deck, and he has certainly been a duck killer this season. So it's in Long Island and Doug Arguello's best interest to retire Brian Barden here so you don't have to work against Espino. The 1-2 to Barden, swung on and missed strike 3. Arguello with his first strikeout of the ballgame, and a big one at that as it retires the side. But Somerset scratches together a run on a 2-out rally. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. At the end of 1, where the Ducks lead 2-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Labor is on the move.
They are the Public Employees Federation.
They know it's time for workers to unite, to speak out, to demand government accountability for the way public services are delivered.
They provide healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled.
They're the Public Employees Federation, PEF.
The problem-solving union. PEF is the union that cares for the community. Learn more at pef.org. PEF. Labor on the move.
Top of the second inning now at TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball. Also live audio streaming at liducks.com. Thank you so much for joining us here in Game 2 of this three-game set between Long Island and the Somerset Patriots. Joash Brodin will lead things off for the Ducks here in the top of the second. It's the bottom of the order due up for Long Island. Joash Brodin, Brandon Bance, and Dan Lyons all to work against David Harden in his second inning of work.
For Long Island.
David Harden allowed 2 runs on 3 hits in the top of the second. All 3 hits were allowed to the first 3 batters of the ball game, including an RBI double from Lou Ford, which initially put Long Island in front 1-0. Here Brodin takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. Later a sacrifice fly from Bill Hall, which increased the Ducks' lead to 2-0. The 1-0 here to Brodin is a changeup that misses high and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Joash, a switch hitter, batting from the left side here against the righty Harden. From the windup, the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Brodin swings through the changeup, and the count moves to 2-1. Joash hitting .259 this year with 9 home runs and 55 runs batted in. Had a big day at the plate yesterday. Here, checks the swing on the changeup in the dirt. He didn't go around, and the count moves to 3-1. Joash went 3 for 5 from the plate last night, including a pair of home runs, 2 runs scored, and 3 runs batted in. It was the first time that Joash had a multi-home run game since July 19th of 2013 at Bethpage Ballpark against the Camden River Sharks. Here, Brodin rips one foul down the right field line, well out in front of the changeup, and that'll run the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Included in Brodin's 2 home run performance last night was a home run both from the right side of the plate and from the left. Here, the 3-2 fastball misses low, ball 4. First walk drawn by the Ducks tonight. Fans, that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins.
Someone wearing the T-shirt or stop by the United Way.
So for the second consecutive inning, Long Island has their leadoff base runner on. Now David Harden will have to work from the stretch as Brandon Bance steps to the plate. Bance hitting .259 this year with 5 home runs and 29 runs batted in. Back into the lineup tonight after he had sat out a couple of games, dealing with concussion-like symptoms. Resumed baseball activities yesterday, and now is in the lineup tonight. Harden from the stretch, the first pitch to Bance is a fastball knee-high outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. The couple of games off for Brandon Bance didn't come at an opportune time for him, considering he was swinging a hot bat. One of his better stretches of the season. Here the fastball is right down the middle for a called strike. And now Bance has fallen behind the count, 0-2. Bance, a right-handed batter, working against the righty Harden. Nobody out top of the second inning. Ducks leading 2-1. Joash Brodin leads off of first, held on by Darrell Ward. The 0-2 here to Bance misses low and outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bance with 5 home runs this year to go along with 21 runs batted in. Most of those 3 of those 5 home runs coming in the month of August. Here the 1-2 to Bance is fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Count holds at 1-2. Bance had a home run in each game of a doubleheader against the Bridgeport Bluefish on July 27th. And besides that, his last 3 home runs have all come over really the last 10 days. 2 of those 3 home runs coming against the Somerset Patriots. Here Harden works from the stretch. The 1-2 to Bance. Swung on and lined to right center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit and roll to the wall. Joash Brodeen rounds second. He's being waved home by Kevin Baez. He will come home and score easily as Bance hustles for third, and he arrives safe with a triple. An RBI triple for Brandon Bance at his first at-bat since returning to the lineup. His first triple of the season, and Long Island now leads 3-1 over the Patriots. Bance perfectly splitting the right center field gap here at TD Bank Ballpark, directly in between Luis Montañez and Corey Harelchek. Pretty much a symmetrical configuration here in Bridgewater. And that gave Bance an opportunity to hustle all the way around the base paths, and he arrives sliding in safely at third base with a triple. So the Ducks now in front 3-1, and here's the number 9 batter in the lineup, Dan Lyons. Infield drawn in, with the Ducks in front by 2 runs. And the first pitch to Lyons is a fastball that misses upstairs 1-0. 22nd run batted in of the season for Brandon Bance. Again, his first triple. And he leads off of third base, 90 feet away from home. Lyons at the plate and swings through the fastball 1-1. Lyons hitting .264 this year with 3 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Situation here where he's just looking to get the ball into the outfield. Try to score Bance from third base, who still looking like he's trying to catch his breath. The 1-1 to Lyons. Fouled off to the backstop. 1-2. And Bance not necessarily known for his speed, but the way that line drive was positioned into right center field, he was hustling all the way. He smelled triple from the get-go and was able to arrive safely. Joash Brodeen having no problem scoring from first base. The 1-2 here to Lyons. Curveball misses upstairs. Doesn't break as much as Harden was looking for, and that runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So for the second consecutive inning, the Ducks have had their first 2 base batters reach base and have put a run on the scoreboard. The 2-2 from Harden. Sliders swung on and missed strike 3. Nice pitch there from David Harden. First strikeout for him of the ball game, and a big strikeout that holds Brandon Bance over at third base for the time being. It'll bring us back to the top of the order and Phelan Lentini. Lentini began the ball game with a base hit to left field his first time up. Infield will remain drawn in.
Right fielder number 24.
As Bance leads off of third. Lentini now with, still with 53 runs batted in this season. First pitch from Harden. Fastball taken outside, 1-0. Outfield plays straight up. Wind slightly blowing in and a little towards left field. As the 1-0 from Harden is fouled off down the right field line out of play, 1-1. And this is the 19th meeting of the regular season between the Ducks and the Patriots. Season series currently tied at 9 games apiece. So the last 2 games certainly important. If the Ducks were to sweep this series, then they would not only come within 4 games of first place in the Liberty Division. As the 1-1 here to Lentini is grounded over to short. It's bobbled by Masonette. His throw across the diamond still beats Lentini for an adventurous 6-3 putout.
That play by shortstop Edward Masonette.
Masonette was drawn in, and he failed to field it cleanly on the backhand initially. The ball didn't roll far enough away from him, and he was still able to collect and fire an accurate throw across the diamond to first to beat the speedy Lentini. 2 out now in the top of the second. Bance had to hold at third base on the play, and now the infield could back off with Brandon Harris stepping in. Harris had a base hit to left field his first time up. 1 for 1. Now 4 for 6 in this series so far against Somerset. First pitch here to Harris. A changeup misses low, 1-0. But to touch on what we were just talking about earlier, if the Ducks were to sweep this series, of course it'd be important because you're getting a couple of wins and you're moving within 4 games of first place as Harris pops one up, foul territory behind home plate. Espino's underneath it, he makes the catch, and that retires the side. So we'll continue the discussion about the division race when we move to the bottom of the second inning, but the Ducks add on to their lead. An RBI triple from Brandon Vance makes it 3-1 Long Island. We move to the bottom of the second on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglyny.com/save money.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So, every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Fans, every double play that the Ducks turn this season is presented by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the problem-solving union providing healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled. New York State Public Employees Federation, the union that cares for the community. So we'll move to the bottom of the second inning here at TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. It'll be the bottom of the order for Somerset. Damaso Espino, followed by Edwin Masonette and Corey Harrelchek. Espino will lead things off. A Duck killer so far this season. Espino batting .251 on the year with 1 home run and 17 runs batted in. As he works against the southpaw Doug Arguello in his second inning of work. Arguello allowed a run on a 2-out rally in the bottom of the first. Recorded the first 2 outs rather quickly against Jeff Dominguez and Ty Wright. As the first pitch here to Espino is swung on and fouled off down the right field line out of play. 0-1. But after Arguello recorded the first 2 outs, 3 consecutive 2-out base hits from Darrell Ward, Corey Smith, and Luis Montañez trimmed the Ducks' lead to 2-1 at the time. Long Island responding in the top of the second inning on an RBI triple from Brandon Vance to extend its lead back out to 3-1. Here's Arguello from the windup. The 0-1 to Espino, misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned before how strong Espino has been against the Ducks this season. Hitting-wise, he's nearly been unstoppable. Of course, over the last 10 games, he's been strong, hitting .474 over his last 10 games. Here, Espino takes a fastball low. And the count moves to 2-1. As another fastball here from Arguello, this time taken outside. And the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. But against the Ducks this season, Damaso Espino is hitting .452 in 11 games entering tonight. That's 19 of 42 from the plate as he lifts one to deep right center field here. Overs Lou Ford. This will remain playable as he makes the catch about 20 feet in front of the warning track for the first out. So Espino has certainly been a difficult player for the Ducks to retire this season, but here Arguello gets him for the first out of the bottom of the second. First fly out forced by Arguello. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the second inning. And now that'll bring Edwin Masonette to the plate. starting shortstop for the Patriots tonight, hitting .277 this season with hitting .277 this season with 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. First pitch fastball missed outside for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, lined up the middle. On a couple of hops, Cody Puckett plays the backhand at second base, and his throw to first across his bodies in time, 2 away. So 2 out and nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning. The same story we saw in the bottom of the first from Arguello. He quickly gets the first 2 batters out. We'll see if this time he can finish off the inning and try to get through this inning unscathed. Standing in his way is Corey Harelchuk, number 9 batter tonight. He was the leadoff batter last night for Somerset and had a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first inning. Here the fastball misses low and inside, 1-0. That home run from Harelchuk was his 5th home run of the season, 2nd in as many days against the Ducks, and also provided the only run of the ball game for Somerset. His fastball is at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Harelchuk, also a two-way player, worked an inning of relief against Long Island last night in which he allowed a run on a sacrifice fly to Cody Puckett. Here the fastball from Arguello once again is at the knees. Harelchuk disagrees as he puts his hands on his hip, as if to say, come on, man. The home plate umpire tonight is Dave Speranza. But now Harelchuk steps back in as Arguello works from the windup. The 1-2 pitch. Slider misses inside. And that runs the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Ducks. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors for Somerset. The 2-2 pitch from Arguello. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Doug Arguello, and he works a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 2, the Ducks lead 3-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark as we move to the top of the 3rd inning in tonight's ballgame. Long Island currently on top of the Somerset Patriots 3-1. Mark Schwartz on the call here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 3 hits and no errors for Somerset. David Harden comes back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. He's already allowed those 3 runs. The Ducks with a pair of runs in each of the first 2 innings. Both times, Long Island getting at least the first 2 batters of the inning on base. So here in the top of the 3rd, it'll be Lou Ford followed by Bill Hall and Adam Bailey. The 3, 4, 5 batters due up in the order for the Ducks. Ford will step to the plate at an RBI double back in the top of the 1st inning, which began the scoring, as here he rips a base hit right back up the middle. Lou Ford now 2 for 2 tonight. And the Ducks, for the 3rd consecutive inning, have their leadoff base runner on base. Well, leadoff batter on base.
Park Foundation pregame autograph session. At noon that day, you'll be allowed
Ford
down on the field
continuing
go
to
the
swing a
grass
hot
on your
bat
favorite
again. He
Patriots
entered tonight's
courtesy
ball game on an
of Somerset
11-game
Patriots
hitting
Park
streak.
Foundation
He has
again on
increased that
Sunday,
to 12
September
consecutive
7th
games
at
now.
noon.
Is 2 for 2 so far.
Designated
He'll lead
hitter
off
number
at
6,
first
Bill
base
Hall.
after one pitch here in the top of the third, and now Bill Hall will step to the plate. Hall had a sacrifice fly to right field back in the first inning, which made it 2-0 Ducks at the time, providing his 16th run batted in of the season. Here, the former big leaguer takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate for a called strike 0-1. Lou Ford has solid speed. He leads off of first base, held on by Darrell Ward. But Ford more of a tricky base stealer. He won't necessarily go every time he's on base, but picks and chooses his situations as Hall grounds one foul down the third base line, has quickly fallen behind at no balls and 2 strikes. Ford with 7 stolen bases in 7 attempts this year. And that's really been a storyline for Long Island. They have been so strong along the base paths. 103 steals in 114 attempts. That is a very strong stolen base percentage. Here the 0-2 to Hall is swung on and foul tipped into the glove of the catcher Damaso Espino. Second strikeout of the ball game for David Harden, 1 away in the top of the third, and that'll bring Adam Bailey to the plate. Bailey grounded into a 1 unassisted.
Left fielder number 13.
Back in the top of the first. He came to the plate with a runner at third base and only 1 away. Bailey wasn't able to convert there. So he's 0 for 1. Batting average still above 300. Left-handed batter will step in against the righty Harden. First pitch curveball on the outside corner for a called strike 0-1. Middle infield plays at double play depth. Ward holds on forward at first base, and Brian Barton plays well off the third base line against the left-handed hitting Bailey as he rips one past the dive of the second baseman Jeff Dominguez and into right center field for a base hit. Lou Ford will go first to third. It's a base hit for Adam Bailey, and the Ducks have runners on the corners with just 1 away here in the top of the third.
Madrid Stevens.
Adam Bailey ripped that one. A nice effort from Jeff Dominguez at second base, diving to his right, but wasn't able to make the backhanded stop. So now the Ducks with runners on the corners, once again threatening here in the top of the third. Already 3 runs on the board for Long Island, looking for more. And Cody Puckett will step to the plate. Puckett's 0 for 1. He flew out to center field back in the first inning. That retired the side. Harden will settle in and work from the stretch. First pitch here to Puckett, swung on and missed. Went fishing for a changeup a little low and outside, and the count's 0-1. So the middle infield remains at double play depth. Ward continues to hold on a runner at first base. The only difference along the infield defensively is that Brian Barton playing closer to the third base bag now that Lou Ford takes his lead 90 feet away from home. The 0-1 here to Puckett. Curveball taken in the dirt, blocked by Espino. Adam Bailey will take second base on the wild pitch, and the Ducks now with 2 runners in scoring position. It was a nice block by Espino. The ball ricocheted away from him about 10-15 feet to his right. It was far enough away to entice Adam Bailey to take second. Lou Ford wasn't going to take the chance and try to score from third. Still, it works out in favor of the Ducks as Bailey advances on the wild pitch. Now runners at second and third with 1 out. First base unoccupied. The Patriots will bring the infield in again here. Third time tonight they have to do this as Puckett takes the fastball outside, and the count moves to 2-1. Puckett with 67 runs batted in this season. That's 3rd most on the Ducks. And he has an opportunity here to open up the ball game for Long Island. Ford off of third, Bailey off of second. Harden from the stretch. The 2-1 pitch to Puckett. Changeup misses low, ball 3. Harden has walked 1 batter so far. Long Island already with 3 runs on 6 hits in the first 2 1/3 innings against Harden. A similar story to last night when the Ducks put up 7 runs in total on 13 hits, including knocking the starting pitcher for Somerset, Matt Maloney, around as Puckett lifts one down the right field line here. Foul territory. Luis Montañez will give it a look. He's not able to get there in time as it drops foul, and that runs the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
To see how strong you really are. If you can ring the bell, you go home with a prize in the Family Fun Zone behind section 217.
So Cody Puckett gets a second life. Montañez was shaded slightly towards right center on that play and had a lot of ground to cover to try to run it down in foul territory. Some movement already in the bullpen now for Somerset. Hard to tell from this angle who's getting loose, but David Harden has run into danger again here against Long Island. It's a similar story to his last couple of starts. The 3-2 here to Puckett is swung on and popped up along the infield. Exactly what Harden was looking for there as the second baseman Dominguez camps underneath it and makes the catch for out number 2. So Puckett fails to advance the base runners. And now the infield will back off with 2 away, and Joash Brodin stepping in.
First baseman
Brodin walked his first time up, came around to score on an RBI triple from Brandon Bance back in the second inning. Brodin, a switch hitter, will bat from the left side against Harden, who's trying to navigate his way through the top of the third without allowing a run. Lou Ford led off the inning with a single up the middle on the first pitch. A couple of batters later was Adam Bailey ripping a base hit into center field as well. Here Brodin swings at the first pitch and misses on the changeup 0-1. So 2 singles and a wild pitch have put runners at second and third with 2 away here in the top of the third for Long Island. Ducks leading it 3-1 over the Patriots. Harden's working from the windup despite 2 runners on base. Not worried about Lou Ford trying to steal home as he leads off of third. The 0-1 here to Brodin. Check swing, changeup misses in the dirt. Espino blocks it. Ford doesn't try home, and the count runs even, a 1-1. Well, David Harden's struggles against the Ducks continue. This is his 3rd consecutive start against Long Island, and in the last 2, Harden failed to finish off 5 innings of work. Went 2 2/3 innings on August 16th, went 4 2/3 innings on August 21st. Here he's struggling to get through the third. The 1-1 to Brodin comes inside and hits him. First hit batsman of the ball game, Joash Brodin, will take first base, and that loads the bases for Brandon Bance.
Your next Patriot game and head over to the PNC Bank customer service desk. That's where you can sign up for.
So Brodin has been on base 2 times tonight without recording an official at bat. And with the Ducks on top by 2, Brandon Bance has an opportunity to open up this ball game now. Bases loaded, 2 away. Of course, in Brandon Bance's last at bat, he ripped a triple, an RBI triple into right center field. Here he'll bat from the right side of the plate as Harden will once again work from the windup despite the bases being loaded. Ford off of third, Bailey off of second, Brodin off of first. Harden on the mound. From the windup, the first pitch to Bance, swung on and missed 0-1. Nice changeup there from the right-handed second-year Patriot, David Harden. Got Bance out in front. Bance certainly a little aggressive at the plate there, possibly thinking first pitch fastball. So here he'll settle in. Harden from the windup, the 0-1. Fastball, check swing, did he go? The appeal to first, Warren Nicholson says that he did not. And that runs the count even at 1 ball and 1 strikes. Bance now with 22 runs batted in this season. Former big leaguer, appeared in 1 game with the Seattle Mariners last season. But has really become the everyday catcher since making his way over to Long Island. Jan Vasquez had been the catcher the last couple of days while Bance was out with concussion-like symptoms. As here he grounds one to the left side. Sliding stop on the backhand made by Masonette. His throw across the diamond won't be in time. An infield single for Brandon Bance, his 2nd RBI of the ballgame. Lou Ford scores from third, and the Ducks lead it 4-1. Well, the infield was playing back with 2 out, but Brandon Bance just fortuitously placed that one perfectly along the left side of the infield. It got past the dive of the third baseman, Brian Barden. Edwin Masonette at short made a nice sliding stop to keep the ball along the infield and prevent Adam Bailey from thinking about scoring from second base. But his throw to first wasn't nearly in time, and the Ducks lead it 4-1. Still threatening with the bases loaded. Here's Dan Lyons to the plate. First pitch changeup on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. So it's the 2nd hit of the ball game for Brandon Bance. Ducks now with 4 runs on 7 hits. Harden continues to struggle to negotiate this top of the 3rd inning. The 0-1 to Lions. Fastball grounded over to 3rd. This time Barden's in front. His throw to second's in time, and that will retire the side. But Long Island adds to their lead. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. Ducks lead 4-1 as we move to the bottom of the 3rd on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is right-handed pitcher Josh Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire 15th anniversary season through live chats with Ducks players and exclusive video clips. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Life is better here.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Mark Schwartz on the call. Fans, the final out of the top of the 3rd inning was the 15th out of tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. That's 1-800-947-AUTO or visit geico.com. 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 3 hits, and no errors for Somerset. Doug Arguello back to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Here, Arguello will work against the top of the order for Somerset. Jeff Dominguez, Ty Wright, and Darrell Ward due up. The Ducks with at least 1 run in each of the first 3 innings of tonight's ballgame. Currently on top 4-1. Long Island, pretty much every game very important for the Ducks from here on out, as the first pitch to Jeff Dominguez is a fastball that misses inside 1-0. Again, the Ducks entering tonight's ballgame 6 behind Somerset for first place in the Liberty Division standings. The Ducks 2 games behind the Lancaster Barnstormers in the wild card standings, as Dominguez lines one right at Phelan Lentini in right field, who makes the catch for out number 1. It's now 5 consecutive retired by Doug Arguello. 1 away, and that'll bring Ty Wright to the plate. Check the out-of-town scoreboard in the Atlantic League for the first time tonight. All 8 teams currently underway. In the bottom of the 4th inning in Lancaster, the Barnstormers and the Bridgeport Bluefish are tied at 2 at Clipper Magazine Stadium, a game in which Ducks fans should be rooting for their crosstown rival Bridgeport Bluefish to take. Here the fastball misses upstairs to Ty Wright, 1-0. Might be difficult for some Ducks fans to root for the Bluefish, but in this situation, a Bluefish win would help out the Ducks' chances of making the 2014 postseason. The 1-0 from Arguello. Fastball at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Other game of big-time important. Well, every game is very important in the Atlantic League tonight for Long Island, as the Sugarland Skeeters are currently leading the Camden River Sharks 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th over in Camden, New Jersey. Here the fastball from Arguello brushes right off the plate as he falls to the ground. Fastball missed well inside and low. 2 balls and a strike now. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are currently on top of the York Revolution 2-0. And that is an interesting score to keep track of. Southern Maryland can really throw a wrench into the entire postseason, as here Wright grounds a base hit past the dive of the shortstop Dan Lyons. Wright's first hit of the ball game, 5th overall for Somerset. 4th hit for Somerset. And he'll lead off at first base for the number 3 batter, Darrell Ward. Dan Lyons making a nice diving attempt to his left, but not able to get to that ball before it rolled into center field. So now Arguello will work from the stretch. Breaks off a stretch of 5 consecutive retired by the southpaw, and that'll bring Darrell Ward to the plate. But the thing to keep note of for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs is that right now they are in a 3-way tie for first place in the Freedom Division with the Skeeters and the York Revolution. First pitch here to Darrell Ward, fastball in there for a called strike 0-1. Again, the Ducks putting on a shift against Ward. Dan Lyons just to the third base side of the second base bag with a runner at first base. Cody Puckett plays deep at second, and Joash Brodeen holds on the runner at first. Southern Maryland did not have a strong first half of their season, which is why their resurgence here in the second half is so interesting. As Arguello will throw over to first, and right back standing safely. Right now, if the playoffs were to begin before tonight's slate of games, York had already clinched the playoff spot, so in that 3-way tie, it would be Sugar Land who would win the division. Because York has already won the division, and the Skeeters own the tiebreaker over the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The 0-1 here to Ward is grounded over to first. Brodeen with the backhanded stop. His throw to second is high for one. The turn to first in time for a 3-6-1 double play. Brodeen's throw to shortstop was a little high initially. Lyons made the catch, fell back to the dirt, stepped on the second base bag, and made the turn onto first in time for the inning-ending 3-6-1 double play. And fans, that double play is brought to you by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the union that cares for the community. 4-1, the Ducks lead through 3 innings on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Joash Brodeen, first baseman, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding healthcare right here at home, with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Beth Beach Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on the call as the Ducks currently lead at 4-1 over the Somerset Patriots. A new pitcher in the ballgame now for Somerset as David Harden's day has come to a close. He works just 3 innings for the Patriots. Not the start he was looking for. It's the 3rd consecutive time now that Harden has failed to work at least 5 innings in his start against the Long Island Ducks. Harden struggles mightily, and he gives way to Daryl McCall, who will be the new pitcher for the Patriots. Harden's final line, he goes 3 innings, in which he allows 4 runs, all earned, on 7 hits, with 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. So Harden currently on the hook as the Ducks lead 4-1. Daryl McCall will be asked to be a long reliever for Somerset tonight, as leading things off here in the top of the 4th inning will be the top of the order for the Ducks. It'll be Phelan Lentini, Brendan Harris, and Lou Ford due up, all working against the new pitcher for the Patriots, Daryl McCall. McCall works from the windup here in the first pitch to Lentini. Fastball at the knees for a called strike 0-1. McCall, the 6'3", 230-pound right-handed reliever from Cantonment, Florida. 2nd year with the Somerset Patriots. The 0-1 here to Lentini is flared to shallow right over the leaping glove of the second baseman Jeff Dominguez for a base hit. 2nd hit of the ball game for Phelan Lentini, 8th hit overall for Long Island, and it's the 4th consecutive inning in tonight's ball game that Long Island has had their leadoff base runner on.
The Bees Foundation,
And
a
in
nonprofit
each
organization
of those
raising
first
money
three
to
innings,
cure brain cancer.
the leadoff base
Join us
runner
following every Sunday
eventually
home game.
came home to score.
And run the bases for the Bees Foundation.
In the first, it was Lentini who led off with a single. He scored an RBI double from Lou Ford. In the second, it was Joash Brodin who led off with a walk and scored on the RBI triple from Brandon Bance. And in the third, it was Lou Ford who led off with a base hit and scored on the RBI single from Brandon Bance again. Here's the first pitch to Brendan Harris, a fastball in the inside corner for a called strike 0-1. Harris is 1 for 2 today, had a base hit in the first, fouled out to the catcher Espino in the second. Lentini with excellent speed leads off of first base here, held on by Darrell Ward. Lentini did not try a stolen base attempt back in the first inning, the first time he was on base. But again, Lentini, 42 of 42 in stolen base attempts this season, leads the league in steals, leads the league in stolen base percentage as the curveball fails to break and it stays inside here, and the count moves to 1 ball and 1 strike. Brendan Harris is batted primarily in the 2 spot for the last month as the changeup here misses upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Originally was a middle of the order batter for Long Island when they signed him in the middle stages of May. But since that point, well, after about a month being on the team, he traded places in the batting order with Cody Puckett. As the 2-1 here is in there for a called strike 2-2. Puckett had been more of a run producer for Long Island, and Brendan Harris was getting on base more frequently, so it made sense to switch the two in the batting order. Now Harris batting second has been getting on base with regularity, while Cody Puckett is third on the team and runs batted in with 66. Here Harris lines one down the right field line, but that'll stay in the air long enough for the right fielder Luis Montañez to make the catch. 1 away now in the top of the 4th inning, and that'll bring Luke Ford to the plate.
You get the power to get quick check announcements right to your phone. Text PATS.
Ford is 2 for 2 today. RBI double in the first, single in the third, came around to score. Also has a run scored tonight.
Center fielder
now has his batting average up to .341 on the season. That's the second best batting average in the Atlantic League. Trails Justin Green of the York Revolution. Lou Ford was pretty much a Triple Crown threat over the first half of the season. Got off to a scorching hot start. Here the curveball misses inside 1-0. He was the Atlantic League Player of the Month for the month of May. And his season really reached an apex here at TD Bank Ballpark earlier this year. The 1-0 to Ford. Swung on and lined into left field for another base hit. Lou Ford is 3 for 3 tonight. It's the 9th hit of the ballgame for Long Island, and the Ducks are once again threatening here in the top of the 4th. 2 runners on, 1 away, and that'll bring up the former big leaguer Bill Hall. 2 singles and a double for Lou Ford. He continues his hot hitting at the plate.
Bill Hall.
Phelan Lentini moves to second on the play, and now here's Bill Hall, who had a sacrifice fly in the first, struck out swinging in the third. But to finish up the note on Lou Ford, if you go back to June 15th, which was the last time that the Ducks had visited TD Bank Ballpark before this series, as the fastball misses upstairs to Hall 1-0. Go back to June 15th. At that point, after Lou Ford had gone 1 for 2 the night before with a home run and a run batted in, as here the 1-0 is in there for a called strike 1-1. Lou was leading the Atlantic League in home runs, runs batted in, and home and batting average. All 3 of the Triple Crown categories. The 1-1 here to Hall is swung on and fouled off behind home plate towards the general seating bowl right in front of us. And not close enough. Needed maybe another 10, 15 feet to get it closer to the broadcast booth, but it didn't work out. A couple of times already in this series, the ball has gotten close to the broadcast booth, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. But if you go back to that June 15th date here at TD Bank Ballpark, Ford had a .398 batting average. That was easily tops in the Atlantic League. He had also hit a home run the night before to extend his league lead in the home run and run batted in department, as Hall slaps at the fastball and chops it foul down the first base line. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. On June 15th, when Ford's batting average was at .398, The Ducks were also in serious contention for first place in the Liberty Division. At one point were 1.5 games behind the Somerset Patriots. The Ducks were also 1 win away from the 1,000th win in franchise history, as Hall chops one foul off of his ankle. It rolls into fair territory, but Bill Hall slow to get up. Now the catcher, Damaso Espino, will help Hall to his feet. The Ducks trainer, Dorothy Pitchford, not making her way out to the field just yet. Kevin Baez giving him a look for the time being, and Hall will be given some time to try to get himself ready to go. Limping slightly near home plate. And now Dorothy Pitchford will come out to the field to talk things over. Or maybe not. She came out momentarily, spent about 5 seconds on the field, and now walks back into the Ducks dugout. Kevin Baez talking things over with Bill Hall. Hall being given time here. Again, Ducks lead 4-1 in the top of the 4th inning. 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 4 hits and no errors for Somerset. 2 runners on and 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Phelan Lentini leads off of second base, and Lou Ford leads off of first. Bill Hall being given more time to get ready. Now Kevin Baez will jog away from home plate, so Bill Hall's going to remain in the ball game and slowly make his way back into the right-handed batter's box. When we resume, it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count against the former big leaguer. Now Hall steps back in. McCall from the stretch checks the runner at second base. The 1-2 to Hall. Fastball swung on and fouled off against Hall. And once again, Hall falls to the ground. Now Hall looks to be in a little more pain, as this time Dorothy Pitchford will come out and spend a little bit more time talking things over with Bill. Kevin Baez also coming over. Hall right now lying face down in the dirt right across home plate. And he hasn't moved since fouling that last pitch off. 2 consecutive foul balls deflecting off of Bill Hall. And he has now been turned over to his backside where he sits upright. Hopefully everything's all right with Hall. A reminder, fans, that the Ducks return home on Friday, August 29th, back to the Duck Pond, where they'll begin a 4-game series with the Camden River Sharks, beginning on Friday night. That Friday night, it will be Ducks water bottles handed out to the first 1,500 fans in attendance, courtesy of the Alzheimer's Foundation of America. So certainly a great promotion there. And then on Saturday, fans can enjoy a post-game pyrotechnico fireworks extravaganza presented by IUOE Local 138. And then, of course, Sunday, always a fan favorite at the ballpark. It'll be a Sunday family fun day, or Kids and Kids at Heart are welcome to run the bases after the game, presented by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. And also an on-field autograph session with the team before the game. In addition to that, there will be a lot of things going on at Bethpage Ballpark. On Sunday, it's Jewish Heritage Night, with commemorative drawstring bags being presented by the Shabbat Jewish Centers of Long Island to the first 1,500 fans. Hall steps back into the batter's box, swings at the first pitch he sees, and he grounds one over to second. Dominguez tries to tag Lou Ford, not able to do so, and his only play is over to first, where Hall was slowly running down the first base line. 2 out now. It's a productive out, however, for Bill Hall as it advances Lentini over to third and Ford over to second base. So Hall is 0 for 2, and he'll slowly make his way back to the Ducks dugout. So certainly an adventurous at-bat for Bill Hall, twice fouling a ball off of himself. And we'll see if Hall remains in the ballgame or if the Ducks turn to their bench for a potential designated hitter for the rest of the way. Long Island has Evan Crawford at their disposal, who's been red hot since joining the flock. Just hasn't gotten a lot of playing time. So we'll see if Crawford potentially enters the game later. As here the fastball to Adam Bailey misses outside 1-0. Lentini leads off of third, Ford off of second. Ducks lead 4-1, 2 out top of the 4th inning. Darryl McCall, the new pitcher, works from the stretch, and the curveball misses outside to Adam Bailey, 1-0, 2-0. Again, David Harden, the starter for Somerset tonight, went 3 innings, allowing 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. McCall's the new pitcher, and he's trying to navigate his way through the top of the 4th. The 2-0 to Bailey. Curveball misses upstairs, ball 3. Adams 1 for 2. Had a base hit his last time up. Advanced to second base on a wild pitch later in that inning, but was stranded at third when Dan Lyons grounded out to retire the side. Here taken all the way, the fastball misses upstairs, ball 4. It's the second walk drawn by Ducks batter tonight, and fans, that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So Long Island will once again have the bases loaded, this time in the top of the 4th inning, and Cody Puckett stepping to the plate. It'll mark the 3rd time tonight that Long Island has had the bases loaded. They had the bases loaded both in the 1st inning, the 3rd, and now here in the 4th. First pitch to Puckett, change up at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Puckett's 0 for 2 so far today. 0 for 6 in this series so far. The 0-1 curve is lined to deep right field, towards the foul line, over is Luis Montañez, but he makes the catch in fair territory, and that retires the side. So the Ducks strand 3 here in the top of the 4th inning. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and again, 3 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the 4th. Long Island in front, 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Sean Garceau, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers, Nicolak Pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Duck fans, you want all the latest inside info on your back-to-back Atlantic League champion Long Island Ducks? Then follow Ducks president and general manager Michael Pfaff on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucksGM. You'll find out first right here about player transactions, special stories, and so much more. You'll also be able to interact with Michael directly and get his take on all things Ducks baseball. Head to twitter.com/LIDucksGM today and make sure to follow along throughout the entire 15th anniversary season. Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Corey Smith will lead off the bottom of the 4th inning for Somerset. Mark Schwartz on the call here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio and all live audio streaming at LIDucks.com. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up for Somerset against Doug Arguello in his 4th inning of work. Arguello has been strong. He's allowed just 1 run to this point, and that came back in the bottom of the 1st inning. First pitch swinging here is Corey Smith, and he swings through the fastball for strike 1. And Brandon Bantz now will have to ask for time. Not sure if Corey Smith got Bantz on the backswing, or maybe Bantz got something stuck in his eye as he's rubbing his eyes right now. Little notable just because Brandon Bantz is making his return to the lineup after missing the last couple of games with concussion-like symptoms. But Bantz seems to be all right. Squats back behind home plate. Arguello from the windup here, the 0-1. Fastball misses inside. It brushes Smith off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Smith, Montañez, and Barden due up for the Patriots. Smith singled back in the 1st inning and has scored the only run for the Patriots tonight. This 1-1 from Arguello on the inside corner for a called strike, 1-2. Back in the 1st inning, it was a 2-out rally for the Patriots that provided their lone run. The 1-2 here from Arguello. Slider swung on and missed, strike 3. 3rd strikeout of the ball game for Doug Arguello as Brandon Bance applies the tag on Corey Smith, who was not running down the first baseline. One away now in the bottom of the fourth, and that'll bring Luis Montañez to the plate. Again, in that first inning, Arguello forced Jeff Dominguez and Ty Wright to ground out to begin the inning before Darrell Ward, Corey Smith, and then eventually Luis Montañez went back-to-back-to-back with consecutive two-out singles, which at the time brought the Patriots within 1 run. Here the fastball misses low, 1 ball and no strikes. Montañez's base hit was a questionable one as he lined it off the glove of the Ducks shortstop Dan Lyons. The 1-0 here to Montañez, swung on and missed out in front of an off-speed pitch, 1-1. It was a ball that very well could have been ruled in E6 against Lyons, as he didn't really have to jump too high for the ball, but it ricocheted off of his glove. Here the slider breaks in for a called strike, 1-2. Nonetheless, it deflected off of his glove and rolled into left field. Ruled a base hit here at TD Bank Ballpark, so it gave Luis Montañez his 21st run batted in of the season. Here the 1-2 to Montañez misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Apologies, it was Montañez's 63rd run batted in of the season. I had his numbers mixed up with Edwin Masonette. So here the right-handed hitting Montañez works against the southpaw Doug Arguello, who has been very impressive in his first start of the season for Long Island. Player that's certainly used to the Atlantic League, as the fastball here misses inside, and that runs the count full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's Arguello's first season with Long Island. He spent 2013 with the Sugarland Skeeters and 2012 here in Bridgewater with the Somerset Patriots. The 3-2 to Montañez is ripped foul down the left field line. Count remains full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Arguello experienced a good amount of success with the Patriots. Went 6-8 in 24 appearances, 22 starts, with a 4.35 ERA. Then last year, he appeared in 7 games, 6 as a starter for the Sugarland Skeeters, went 2-0 with a 3.68. Here the payoff pitch to Montañez misses outside, ball 4. First walk allowed by Doug Arguello tonight. Montañez will take first base, and that'll bring Brian Barden to the plate, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Despite Arguello's strong numbers for Sugarland last year, he only made 1 start in the postseason, and that came in the Freedom Division Championship Series against the Patriots. That was actually the last game that Arguello had started before tonight, and that was a start here at TD Bank Ballpark, which Arguello would certainly like to forget, as Barden grounds the first pitch he sees foul down the third base line, 0-1. In that start on September 20th last year, Arguello allowed 5 runs, all earned, on 4 hits with 3 walks and 1 strikeout in 3 innings of work, taking the loss in a game in which Somerset eventually won 5-4. And of course, Ducks fans know how the season ended, as the Patriots would move on to play Long Island in the Atlantic League Championship Series. The 0-1 here, check swing, did he go around? Yes, says the home plate umpire Dave Speranza, doesn't ask for an appeal, and Barden has fallen behind 0-2. It was quite a memorable Atlantic League Championship Series last year, as the Ducks took it in a thrilling 5-game series, 3-2, winning it right here at TD Bank Ballpark, as Arguello will throw over to first base. Backstanding safely is Luis Montañez. It was Adam Bailey making the catch in right field, which clinched the victory. A thrilling 5-game series in which Long Island took the first 2 games at Bethpage Ballpark, as Barden grounds one over to first here, past the glove of Joe Ashbrodine and into right field. Phelan Lentini up with the ball quickly, so holding at second base is Luis Montañez. But it's a base hit for Brian Barden, the 5th hit of the ball game for Somerset. And now the Patriots have runners at first and second with 1 away. And Damaso Espino coming to the plate.
Catcher number 37, Damaso Espino.
Espino flew out to center field his first time up, 0 for 1. But again, last season, Long Island made its way over to TD Bank Ballpark in the ALCS needing just to win one of 3 games. They dropped the first 2 in exciting extra inning fashion before eventually taking the final game, thanks in large part to a 3-run home run from Ray Navarrete. First pitch here to Damaso Espino is a fastball that misses low, 1-0. A very dangerous part of this ball game here, as Espino has been red hot against Long Island, had 2 hits last night. And he represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Doug Arguello in his 4th inning of work. He had not worked more than an inning of relief in each of his first 4 appearances this season before tonight's ball game, as the fastball here misses upstairs, 2-0. So the Ducks bullpen now starting to get a little more movement going. Arguello struck out Corey Smith swinging to begin this inning, but a walk to Luis Montañez and a base hit to Brian Barden has brought the tying run to the plate. The 2-0 from Arguello. Swung on and fouled off. Tapped softly back down the first base line towards the on-deck circle, where Edwin Masonette picks it up and gives it to a fan conveniently sitting in the front row. To a 2-1 count now to Damaso Espino. A .251 batting average overall this season with a home run and 17 RBI. Had a couple of big games at Bethpage Ballpark over the weekend. Here has an opportunity to bring the Patriots closer as they currently trail by 3 runs. The 2-1 to Espino on the inside corner for a called strike, and that runs the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Not sure if this would be Doug Arguello's last inning or not. The 2-2 here is swung on and missed, strike 3. Brandon Bance collects the slider in the dirt. It's Arguello's 4th strikeout of the ball game. A big strikeout there for the southpaw. 2 away now in the bottom of the 4th. And now Edwin Masonette will step to the plate. A couple of big strikeouts already tonight for Doug Arguello. He struck out Brian Barden back in the 1st inning with runners at 1st and 2nd base and 2 out to retire the side. And now he strikes out Damaso Espino with runners at 1st and 2nd base and 1 out. So now Edwin Masonette will try to continue this inning. Right-handed batter to work against the southpaw Arguello. From the stretch, checks the runner at 2nd base. First pitch here to Masonette, a fastball misses low and outside, 1-0. Masonette grounded out to 2nd base his first time up. He's 0 for 1. 233 batter entering tonight's ball game. The 1-0. Slider misses low and inside. Nice stop made by Brandon Bance. And the count moves to 2-0. Luis Montañez leads off of 2nd base. Brian Barden off of 1st. Ducks lead 4-1 with 2 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. Doug Arguello trying to negotiate his way through the bottom of the 4th. The 2-0. Fastball right down Broadway for a called strike, 2-1. Again, Arguello not working under any pitch count or inning limit tonight. Ducks bullpen a little short-staffed, so he's out there to throw innings. But he's run into a little more danger here in the bottom of the 4th, so we'll see if he can work through this inning and maybe come out for the 5th as the slider crosses the heart of the plate for a called strike. And now the count is run even at 2-2. Looks like Rob Whitenack. It's either Rob Whitenack or Bob Zimmerman that's getting loose in the bullpen now for Long Island. Bob Zimmerman can be used as a long reliever for the Ducks, so this very well could be Doug Arguello's last inning. You have the left-handed hitting Corey Harelchek awaiting on base, so Arguello would probably, at the minimum, work against Harelchek here if he fails to retire Masonette. As Edwin will step out of the batter's box and ask for time, granted by the home plate umpire Dave Speranza. Harelchek awaits on deck, and then you move back to the top of the order in a switch hitter with Jeff Dominguez. So probably at least 2 more batters for Arguello. The 2-2 here is swung on and fouled off. Masonette just able to get a piece of it to stay alive. Brandon Bance not able to hold on to the foul ball as it rolls to the backstop. The count remains even. Deuce is wild here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 away with 2 runners on base. Ducks on top by 3. looking for their second consecutive win over Somerset after they had dropped the previous 3. The 2-2. Swung on and lined to deep left center field. Back goes Bailey. Warning track at the wall. He runs it down and makes the catch. Edwin Masonette just didn't have enough juice on that one. Bailey tracks it down, and Arguello works his way out of the 4th. No runs for the Patriots on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Through 4, the Ducks lead 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Park in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So, every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on the call as the Ducks currently leading it over the Somerset Patriots 4-1. Fans, make sure you stop by the Waddle Inn Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quackerjack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Long Island Ducks. So Joash Brodeen will lead things off for Long Island. It'll be Brodeen, followed by Brandon Bance and Dan Lyons, bottom of the order for the Ducks, as they work against Daryl McCall in his second inning of work. First pitch to Brodeen, fastball outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. Brodeen has had 2 plate appearances so far, but is yet to record an official at-bat. He walked in the second, was hit by a pitch in the third. Here he swings through the changeup, and the count quickly moves to 0-2. Again, Brodeen had a big game last night, 3 for 5 with a pair of home runs, 3 runs batted in. McCall from the windup, the 0-2. Curveball just doesn't break enough. It stays outside, and the count moves to 1-2. 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 5 hits, and no errors for Somerset. The 1-2 from McCall. Fastball misses inside. Brushes Brodeen off the plate, and the count runs even at 2-2. Bob Zimmerman continues to get loose in the Ducks bullpen. So Doug Arguello's night could potentially be done. If it is, 4 impressive innings for Arguello. As here Brodeen swings through the changeup for strike 3.
Hey, fans, with that strikeout, everybody.
Not a strong swing there from Joe Ash. Lunged at the changeup. He's retired for the first time tonight. For McCall, that's his first strikeout. Third overall for Patriots pitching.
At their concession cart located behind
1 away in the top of the 5th, and that'll bring Brandon Bance to the plate.
Brandon Bance.
Bance making his return to the lineup after sitting out the last couple of games with concussion-like symptoms. He is 2 for 2, including 2 runs batted in and a triple. Here he takes the first pitch changeup off the plate from McCall, 1-0. Had the RBI triple in the second inning, which increased the Ducks' lead to 3-1 at the time, and then had an RBI infield single with the bases loaded in the third, which made it a 4-1 ball game. Here he swings and flares the 1-0 fastball into shallow left. Wright comes in and makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 out and nobody on here in the top of the 5th. And now Dan Lyons will step to the plate. Lyons is 0 for 2 so far. He's come up in a couple of big situations but hasn't been able to capitalize. He had a runner at third with nobody out in the second inning but struck out swinging. And then in the third, came to the plate with the bases loaded. And 2 out, but grounded out on a fielder's choice to retire the side. First pitch here to Lyons is a curveball that misses inside 1-0. In fact, the Ducks have stranded the bases loaded in each of their last 2 innings. The 4th inning being the first time tonight the Ducks failed to score in an inning. Here the curveball misses upstairs 2-0. Flock put up 2 runs in the first, a run in the second, and a run in the third. They're currently on top 4-1 here with 2 out and nobody on in the top of the 5th. The 2-0 from McCall. Fastball on the inside corner for a called strike, 2-1. Well, the Ducks and the Patriots over the last now 6 games have played a couple of high-scoring ball games that have certainly taken their time. Here the fastball is at the letters for a called strike. Count runs even at 2-2. Of course, with the new pace of play initiative, the playing time, the duration of each game across the league has gone down, but that hasn't stopped the Ducks and Patriots from playing some long ball games as Lyons fouls off the 2-2 curveball towards the press box. Over the backstop out of play, and the count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield plays back with 2 out. The outfield straight up against the number 9 batter in the Ducks order, Dan Lyons. Here's the 2-2. Fastball grounded over to the left side. Masonette with a backhanded stop, but he can't field it cleanly. And to range to his right, couldn't field the in-between hop. It ricocheted off of his glove. Dan Lyons is safe at first, and we'll see how it's ruled here at TD Bank Ballpark. Should be a hit, as it would have been a difficult play sliding to his right to make that stop. No official ruling just yet. Phelan Lentini will be the new batter for the Ducks.
Number 24, Phelan Lentini.
Lyons will lead off of first, and it's ruled a hit. So Dan Lyons gets himself an infield single, properly called here at TD Bank Ballpark. And a 2-out base hit brings Lentini to the plate, and he chops the first pitch foul down the third base line, 0-1. So it's Lyons' first hit of the ball game, 10th hit overall for the Ducks. Phelan Lentini has a pair of hits. He's 2 for 3, including a run scored. Lyons leads off of first, held on by Darrell Ward. McCall comes set, the 0-1. Curveball taken in the dirt. It gets away from Espino, and Lyons advances to second base on the wild pitch. Lyons with some alert base running there. The second that ball hit the dirt, he was off for second. And now the Ducks have themselves a runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the top of the 5th, looking for another insurance run. Of course, insurance runs are so important in these games against Somerset, especially considering the way that the 4-game series ended at Bethpage Ballpark. Here's the 1-1 from McCall, and a fastball taken low, 2-1. After the Ducks had taken the opener of the 4-game series at the Duck Pond 3-1, they had held a lead in the early stages of each of the next 3 ball games, only for the Patriots to rally each time with large late-inning rallies to eventually take the lead and wind up winning the ball game. The 2-1 here to Lentini. Fastball fouled off down the third base line, 2-2. I mean, you look at all 3 of the Ducks' recent losses against Somerset, and those were all 3 games which Long Island very well could have won. Hold a lead in all 3, including in the final game of that 4-game set. The Ducks had a 4-3 lead over the Patriots through the 7th inning after Lou Ford had a solo home run to give Long Island the lead in the bottom of the 5th. But it was a 5-run top of the 8th once Bobby Blevins left the game for the Ducks and Tommy Organ entered, which propelled the Patriots to the win. That was highlighted by a 3-run home run from Corey Harelchek, which wound up providing the difference in the ballgame. The 2-2 here to Lentini is swung on and popped up along the infield. First base side, Darrell Ward's under it. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. So no runs for Long Island on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Halfway home, Ducks lead 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
Hi, this is pitcher Jared Lansford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ducks Baseball.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back, and our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegliny.com/community.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls party deck, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as a color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, display your group's artwork, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
New pitcher in the ball game for Long Island as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning. Bob Zimmerman will enter the ball game as Doug Arguello's first start of the season comes to a close. We'll get Arguello's final line in a moment. Bob Zimmerman's the new pitcher, the 6'4", 220-pound right-handed long reliever from St. Louis, Missouri, in his 4th season with the Long Island Ducks. Zimmerman here will be making his 13th appearance of the season. He has started twice, 1 and 2 with a 4.56 ERA. In 25 and 2/3 innings of work, Zimmerman has allowed 15 runs, 13 earned on 29 hits, with 18 walks against 13 strikeouts. So Doug Arguello will not qualify for a win despite allowing just 1 run over 4 innings. Currently, it's the starting pitcher for Somerset, David Harden, who is on the hook for the loss if this score were to hold for the rest of the ballgame. But here it's Bob Zimmerman that enters, and they'll try to hold this Ducks lead as he works against the 9-1-2 batters in the order for the Patriots. First pitch swinging is Haralchek. He grounds it over to second. Puckett fields and onto first it goes for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 away in the bottom of the 5th, and we'll move back to the top of the order and Jeff Dominguez. So Doug Arguello goes 4 innings for Long Island, allows 1 run earned on 5 hits with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. 3 of those 5 hits coming in the first inning. Arguello settled down very nicely since that point, as the fastball here to Dominguez is in there for a called strike, 0-1. That included Arguello working out of danger in the bottom of the 4th, his last inning of work. The 0-1 here to Dominguez misses inside, 1-1. With 1 out, Arguello walked Montanez and allowed a base hit to Brian Barden. Or then bounce back to strike out Damaso Espino and get Edwin Masonette to fly out to deep left field to retire the side and keep the Ducks in front by 3 runs. The 1-1 here. Changeup on the outside corner for a called strike. Dominguez falls behind 1-2. Jeff, a switch hitter, will bat from the left side for the first time tonight. He went 0 for 2 against Arguello, batting from the right side. The 1-2 here from Zimmerman. Fastball misses well outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And David Harden currently on the hook for the Patriots. He allowed 4 runs, all earned on 7 hits and 3 innings of work in his 3rd consecutive start against Long Island. Here the fastball misses outside from Zimmerman, and the count runs full to 3 balls and 2 strikes. 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 5 hits and no errors for the Patriots. The payoff pitch fouled off to the backstop. And the count holds at 3 balls and 2 strikes. This game currently the game that's taken the longest in the Atlantic League as we check the out-of-town scoreboard. All three other games at least in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's Zimmerman from the windup, the 3-2 to Dominguez, misses low, ball 4. It gets away from Brandon Vance. I don't think Dominguez fully realized that as he slowly jogs down the first base line. Second walk allowed by Ducks pitching tonight, and a one-out base runner for the Patriots as Ty Wright will step in. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard again here in the Atlantic League. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Lancaster Barnstormers now on top of the Bridgeport Bluefish 4-2. Not what the Ducks were looking for there. Top of the 7th in Camden, the River Sharks and the Skeeters are tied at 3. And in the bottom of the 7th inning at Regency Furniture Stadium, the Blue Crabs currently up 3-0 on the York Revolution. Here Zimmerman works against Ty Wright, and the first pitch fastball misses upstairs 1-0. Again, kind of went off on a tangent earlier in the ball game, but the reason that the Southern Maryland game is so important is because Southern Maryland right now is 9.5 behind Lancaster for the final wild card position, assuming that Sugar Land were to take the division in the Freedom Division for the second half. As here the fastball is in there for a called strike 1-1. But Southern Maryland's best chance to get into the postseason would be through winning the second half of the division outright. And right now they are currently among a 3-team tie for first place with the Revolution and the Skeeters. The 1-1 here misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. And if Southern Maryland hypothetically were to win the Freedom Division, what that would do for the Ducks would mean that there would only be 1 playoff spot left for Long Island Sugarland and Lancaster to fight over. The 2-1 here from Zimmerman is swung on and missed. Count runs even 2-2. That's also assuming that the Somerset Patriots win the second half in the Liberty Division. They're currently 6 games up on the Ducks with less than a month to play. But assuming Somerset takes the second half, in this hypothetical, Southern Maryland would take one of the final 2 playoff spots, which wouldn't work out well for Long Island. The 2-2 here from Zimmerman is grounded over to second, could be 2. Puckett over to Lyons for 1, the turn to first in time for an inning-ending tailor-made 4-6-3 double play. Fans, that double play by the Ducks is brought to you by the New York State Public Employees Federation, PEF, the union that cares for the community. So no runs for the Patriots here in the bottom of the 5th inning on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Ducks lead 4-1. We move to the 6th on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Phelan Lentini, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Top of the 6th inning now at TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try and meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Darryl McCall remains in the ballgame for the Patriots. He'll work his 3rd inning of relief as he goes against the 2-3-4 batters in the Ducks lineup. All former big leaguers due up. Brendan Harris, Lou Ford, and Bill Hall. First pitch curveball to Harris is ripped to left field, but that's going to stay up in the air long enough for Ty Wright to settle under it and make the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch and 1 away, and that'll bring Lou Ford to the plate, who is 3 for 3 so far today. RBI double in the first, a single and a run scored in the third, and a base hit as well in the fourth. It's been a strong day at the plate for Lou. 3 for 3, has his batting average now up to 342 on the season. He's played well against the Somerset Patriots. As a man wearing an Islanders jersey walks past the lower concourse in front of the broadcast booth here. First pitch to Lou Ford. It's a fastball that misses outside, 1-0. Only reason I mention that is because it is New Jersey Devils night here at TD Bank Ballpark. A bunch of fans in their Devils attire. Grant Marshall, longtime Devil, in attendance to sign autographs for all the fans as well. The 1-0. Curveball in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Also, the Devils mascot is in attendance. Apologies for not remembering what the Devils mascot's name is. But he's here. Help celebrate this ball game and Devils night for the Patriots. So it's interesting that a fan shows up in a New York Islanders jersey. The 2-0, check swing from Ford. He went around, says Warren Nicholson. And the count moves to 2-1. Of course, there's the distinct possibility that the man wearing the New York Islanders jersey is in fact a Long Island Ducks fan as well. Would only make sense. 2 professional teams playing on Long Island. Here's the 2-1 to Ford. A fastball misses upstairs, 3 balls and 1 strike. Of course, the Islanders now approaching their final season at Nassau Coliseum. Played the 2014-2015 NHL year at the Coliseum before moving over to Brooklyn to play at the Barclays Center. The 3-1 here to Ford is swung on, line to center. In comes Harold. He fields it on a hop, and Lou Ford is 4 for 4. 4-hit ball game for Ford. And the Ducks with 11 hits. Ford has 4 of them. And he'll lead off of first base. An impressive evening for Lou Ford. He has been on base all 4 times he's been up.
Number 6,
and that'll bring Bill Hall to the plate. Nice to see Bill Hall remaining in the ballgame for Long Island. Hall had a scare in his last at-bat where he twice fouled off a pitch, both times falling to the ground and taking some time to collect himself. But Hall, being the designated hitter, had some time to sit on the bench, collect himself. He remains in the ballgame and swings at the first pitch fastball, chops it foul down the third base line, 0-1. Hall's 0 for 2 today. He had a sacrifice fly in the first inning to increase the Ducks' lead to 2-0 at the time. Struck out in the third, grounded out to second base in the fourth. McCall here works from the stretch. The 0-1 to Hall. Curveball drops in for a called strike, 0-2. In case you're just joining us, Long Island leading it over Somerset 4-1 with a runner at first base and 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. Ducks have never trailed in this ballgame. They took a 2-0 lead in the top of the first and have held that lead throughout. The 0-2 from McCall. Changeup misses low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. An RBI double from Ford in the first inning and a sac fly from Hall put Long Island in front 2-0. The Patriots responded with a run in the bottom of the first on 3 consecutive 2-out base hits from Darrell Ward, Corey Smith, and Luis Montañez. That's been the only run for Somerset so far as Hall fists one, foul territory first base side. Darrell Ward's underneath it, and he makes the catch for the second out.
If you have problems with your car as you leave the ballpark tonight, Somerset Hills Towing is on site to provide assistance.
So 2 out and a runner at first now in the top of the 6th. And that'll bring Adam Bailey to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today. So after the run in the bottom of the first for Somerset, which cut their deficit in half, Long Island responded on an RBI triple from Brandon Bance in the second, and then another RBI single from Bance in the third, increased the Ducks' lead to 4-1, and that is where we currently stand. Both starting pitchers tonight are out of the ball game for varying reasons. First pitch here to Bailey is a curveball that's blooped to shallow center. Out goes the shortstop Masonette. He's under it, catches it, and retires the side. So no runs for the Ducks here in the top of the 6th inning on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base.
Right,
Ducks lead
fancy
4-1.
Frisbees.
Move to the bottom of the 6th on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Adam Bailey, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
Bring your birthday to the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available for the 2014 season. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Brett Lauren is the new pitcher for Long Island as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Interesting that Bob Zimmerman only works 1 inning of relief for the Ducks, so it'll be a bullpen night. Zimmerman worked a scoreless inning of relief. So now with Bob Zimmerman out of the ballgame, it is Brett Lauren who now enters. Lauren has been used as more so a back of the bullpen guy for the Ducks over the course of the season. Spent some time recently on the inactive list, but he's been reinstated by the team. And as all systems go, as he works against the heart of the order for Somerset here. First pitch to Darrell Ward. It's a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Lauren stands at 6'7", 245 pounds from Laguna Niguel, California. Tallest member of the Long Island Ducks team. The 0-1. Fastball is fouled off down the third baseline. No balls and 2 strikes. Lauren currently is 1-2 this year with the Ducks with a 2.12 ERA in 42 relief appearances, 2 saves. This is his first appearance in a ball game since August 9th when he took a loss, allowing a run on 2 hits against the York Revolution over in Santander Stadium. Well, it's been a while for Lauren, but he makes his return to the mound tonight. The 0-2 to Ward. Check swing, fastball misses low. The appeal down to third base. Fred DeJesus says that he did not go around. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Before Lauren allowed a run in his last appearance, he had gone a long while in between appearances in which he allowed an earned run. The 1-2 here to Ward is grounded into the shift. Cody Puckett fields on a hop in shallow right field and tosses it on to Joe Ash Brodeen at first base for out number 1. So the shift working to perfection there for Long Island. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring Corey Smith to the plate.
Designated hitter, Corey Smith.
Smith is 1 for 2, singled in the first, struck out swinging in the 4th. Again, he leads Somerset in hitting with a .306 batting average entering tonight's ballgame. Only batter on the team that has a batting average north of 300. You have Adam Donahue at .294, but he hasn't been in the lineup the first couple of games. Here the fastball to Smith misses inside, 1-0. But again on Brett Lauren, before he allowed an earned run in his relief appearance against York on August 9th. As the 1-0 to Smith misses inside. 1-1. He had gone a full month since the last time he had allowed an earned run. Went from July 9th, which he allowed a run against Sugar Land, to August 9th before he allowed another earned run. Here Smith fouls off the fastball and the count moves to 2-1. That was 14 consecutive appearances for Lauren during that stretch in which he did not allow an earned run. The 2-1 here to Smith. Swung on and lifted to deep center field. Lou Ford's under it, towards the warning track, at the wall. He makes the catch for the second out. Smith just didn't get enough of that one. Hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark. Reads 402 at straightaway center. That was a little to the left of the center field fence. Still, Smith narrowly missing what would have been his 13th home run of the season. Instead, it's just a long fly out to center field, 2 away in the bottom of the 6th, and now Luis Montañez will step in. He has yet to be retired tonight. Singled with an RBI in the 1st, walked in the 4th. 1 for 1. First pitch to Montañez. Broken bat, flare to shallow right. It'll land in front of Phelan Lentini. And the Somerset Patriots have a 2-out base runner. 6th hit of the ball game now for Somerset. Second hit for Montañez. His bat shattered there. Most of it going towards the Ducks dugout. And that actually went into the stands. Down the 3rd baseline. Retrieved by one of the ushers and given back to the Ducks dugout. So Montañez will lead off of first base now with 2 away. And Brian Barden stepping to the plate. Barden's 1 for 2 and a base hit his last time up. Brett Lauren comes set. He'll work from the stretch for the first time tonight. First pitch to Barden, bluffs the bunt, taking all the way, and the fastball misses inside 1-0. So Doug Arguello goes 4 innings for Long Island in his first start of the season, allows 1 run on 5 hits. Bob Zimmerman works a scoreless inning of relief in the 5th. Lauren looking to do the same here in the 6th, as Barden fouls off the fastball against Brandon Bance, and that looked like that might have hit Bance in the helmet. So hopefully everything's all right with Bance again returning to the lineup after dealing with concussion-like symptoms. So he'll be given some time to get himself prepared for the next pitch. It's a 1-1 count to Brian Barden. The wind has completely died down here in Bridgewater, New Jersey. No notable weather to speak of. It's quite humid, actually, I should say. But besides that, another comfortable night. No rain or anything to be too aware of. Here, Lauren works from the stretch, the 1-1. Fastball misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 6 hits, and no errors for the Patriots. Montañez leads off at first. He takes off. Fastball misses low. Bance's throw down to second, not nearly in time. A stolen base for Luis Montañez on the season. That's only his 3rd stolen base overall. That's the first stolen base for the Patriots in tonight's ball game. And now Somerset has a 2-out base runner in scoring position. A 3-1 count now to the former big leaguer Brian Barden. Lauren comes set. He'll work from the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball misses inside. It deflects off the umpire. And that sits along the first base line. A little confusion as to what happened there. And now Dave Speranza is going to ask all the other 2 umpires to come out and talk things over. Brian Barden checked his swing. It didn't look like that ball had hit Barden, but it went right past Bance's glove and possibly deflected off of the home plate umpire Dave Speranza and then rolled down the first base line. So we'll see what the ruling is. And no confirmation just yet. I believe it was ruled just ball 4. As Dave Speranza will point down to first base. So I believe it's a walk that's charged against Brett Lauren. Little communication, I'll have to get an explanation. First base coach Fox Bayer still asking for an explanation. It might have been a hit batsman, actually, because if it's a hit batsman, then that meant that the ball was dead. The runner in second base, Luis Montañez, was trying to take third on what he thought might have been a passed ball, but he has to retreat to second base. So I believe it's being ruled a hit batsman now, because Montañez is not allowed to advance to third base. If it's a hit batsman, then the ball is dead and Montañez has to hold at second. So here Lauren works from the stretch as the first pitch to Damaso Espino is grounded foul down the third base line, 0-1. So that makes more sense. It's tough to tell from this angle if that ball really did hit Brian Barden. But that seems to be what the ruling that was made. So now Montañez leads off of second, Barden off of first. For the second time tonight, Damaso Espino comes to the plate with 2 runners on, representing the tying run. He was at the plate in the same situation in the bottom of the 4th inning, but struck out swinging against Doug Arguello. Here, Brett Lawrence looking for similar success. The 0-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. And Lauren has worked ahead in the count, 0-2. Infield plays back with 2 away, the outfield straight up. Ducks holding on to a 3-run lead, bottom of the 6th inning, 2 out, 2 on. Lauren from the stretch checks the runner. The 0-2 swung on and softly fouled down the third base line. Espino able to stay alive in the at-bat. You have Edwin Masonette awaiting on deck. Espino has been held in check so far tonight. Again, he had 2 hits in last night's ball game and enters tonight with the batting average over .450 against the Ducks this season in 11 games played. Big situation in tonight's ball game here as Lauren looks to keep the Ducks in front by 3. The 0-2 to Espino. Fastball misses low. Ball and 2 strikes now. Ducks have another reliever that is standing in their bullpen. Tough to tell. I believe that's Tommy Organ, the southpaw, that had been getting loose. But he has since stopped throwing, so it's hard to tell from this angle. The 1-2 here to Espino is grounded over to short. Lyons with the backhanded stop across the diamond. The throw's in time. Dan Lyons with a fantastic defensive play. Backhands it at short. Throws it across the diamond to beat Espino. And that retires the side. No runs for the Patriots on 1 hit. No errors and 2 runners left on base. Through 6 innings, the Ducks lead 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Top of the 7th inning now in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Long Island currently leading it 4-1 over the Somerset Patriots. Daryl McCall stays in the ballgame to work his 4th inning of relief. Fans chill out with a cold cup of Hampton Coffee Company Gourmet Iced Coffee, available right now at Bethpage Ballpark at Session Stands during home games. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons.
Please go to customer service.
So McCall stays in the ballgame. And here in the top of the 7th inning, he'll work against the 6, 7, 8 batters for Long Island. Cody Puckett followed by Joash Brodeen and Brandon Bance due up. McCall has been strong. He's worked 3 scoreless innings of relief since entering the ballgame for the Patriots starting pitcher David Harden. First pitch here to Cody Puckett. on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. David Harden went 3 innings for the Patriots tonight, allowing 4 runs all earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts as Puckett grounds the 0-1 to short. Masonette fields cleanly and his throw to first is in time for out number 1. So Cody Puckett is now 0 for 4 today. He went 0 for 4 last night as well, so he's 0 for 8 in this series, off the heels of being named the Atlantic League Player of the Week. So 1 out, nobody on, and Joash Brodin will step in. He's 0 for 1, but he's been on base 2 times. Walked in the second, was hit by a pitch in the third, struck out swinging in the 5th. Again, had 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in last night's ball game. Here he'll work from the left side of the plate against Darryl McCall. First pitch from McCall, a curveball, and it drops in for a called strike, 0-1. A lot of movement there on the breaking ball from Darryl McCall. From the windup, the 0-1 to Brodin. Fastball swung on, fouled off down the third base line, out of play. That moves the count quickly to no balls and 2 strikes. Tommy Organ continues to get loose in the Ducks bullpen, so Brett Lauren's day very possibly could be coming to a close. Lauren worked 1 scoreless inning of relief, stranding a pair on a nice defensive play made by Dan Lyons. Here, Brodin fouls off the fastball to the backstop, and the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Lyons had to range to his right with his momentum carrying him away from the first base bag to field that ball on the backhand, and then had to make the throw across the diamond, and it beat Damaso Espino, who doesn't necessarily run too well, but still a nice play by Lyons as Brodin swings through the curveball for strike 3. Second strikeout for Darryl McCall. Coincidentally, both of them have come against Joash Brodin. 2 out, nobody on now in the top of the 7th inning, and Brandon Bance will step to the plate. Bance 2 for 3 with a triple and 2 runs batted in. Adding some nice pop to the bottom of the order for Long Island. They've experienced that over the last couple of days. Last night, Joash Brodin hitting 7th in the lineup. Went 3 for 5 with a pair of home runs and 3 RBI. As Bance here takes a fastball outside for a ball, 1-0. Here, Bance batting 8th in the lineup is 2 for 3 with 2 runs batted in. Only helping things out with production at the bottom of the order. The 1-0 to Bance misses high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. But even with Bance's impressive performance so far, the offensive star of the ballgame is Lou Ford. Lou Ford is 4 for 4 tonight, including a run batted in and a run scored. As Bance skies one down the left field line, giving chase is Edwin Masonette in foul territory. He makes the catch, and that retires the side. So a quick 1-2-3 inning work by Darryl McCall. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll stretch and then move to the bottom of the 7th inning with the Ducks on top 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is shortstop Dan Lyons. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheDannyLyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
It's your money, and you have the power to save it. Make a few simple changes, and you can use less electricity and save real money. By installing Energy Star light bulbs and products for your home, you can save hundreds of dollars each year. At PSEG Long Island, we're working hard to serve you in the way you deserve. Check out our energy-saving tips and tools at pseglyny.com/save money.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to.
Welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning here. Mark Schwartz on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Also live audio streaming at liducks.com. Long Island leading it 4-1 over the Somerset Patriots. 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 6 hits and no errors for Somerset. Tommy Organ is the new pitcher for the Ducks. He'll be the 3rd relief pitcher used by Long Island tonight. Doug Arguello went 4 innings, allowing just 1 run. Bob Zimmerman and Brett Lauren have since worked scoreless innings of relief. So now it's Tommy Organ who makes his way onto the mound. It will be Organ's first relief appearance since he allowed 3 runs against the Somerset Patriots back on Sunday in the last game of a 4-game series over at Bethpage Ballpark between these two teams. In that appearance, Organ worked just a third of an inning, allowing those 3 runs on 2 hits, facing 4 batters. And he received his first decision of the season with Long Island. He's 0-1 this year with a 3.85 earned run average. In 6 games, 6 appearances, he's worked 7 innings, striking out 8 batters against 1 walk and allowing 7 hits. The first-year Duck, who came over in a trade with outfielder Evan Crawford for former Ducks outfielder John Myers, has been strong so far. Again, the 3 runs that he allowed in that last appearance are the only 3 runs that he's allowed as a member of the Ducks here in the 2014 season. So here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Oregon will work against the 8, 9, and 1 batters. Edwin Masonette will lead things off. Lefty on righty matchup here, and the first pitch fastball misses low, 1-0. Tommy Organ is the youngest player on this Ducks team, rocking a 1991 birthday. Celebrated his 23rd birthday back on July 10th. The 1-0 here, a fastball on the inside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Both Organ alongside Jan Vasquez are the 2 youngest players on this team. Those are the only 2 guys that have birthdays in the 1990s. Both were born in 1991. The 1-1 here from Oregon. Fastball grounded over to short. Lions in front. Fields cleanly his throw to first in time for out number 1. So Edwin Masonette is now 0 for 3 today. And that'll bring Corey Harrelchek to the plate, who's 0 for 2. And really, besides Oregon's last appearance, he's been lights out for the Ducks, and they're hoping to continue to depend upon him in that kind of situation. He's one of 2 left-handed pitchers in the bullpen for the Ducks. They also have Eric Neeson, who's worked more as a back end of the bullpen guy. First pitch here to Corey Harrelchek, left-handed hitting center fielder, is taken for a called strike, 0-1. Harrelchek had home runs in each of the last 2 games against Long Island, but is so far 0 for 2 tonight. The 0-1. Curveball swung on and missed, nothing in 2. Nice breaking ball there from the southpaw Oregon as we got a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. It was Harrelchek's 3-run home run in the 5-run top of the 8th back on Sunday against the Ducks, which provided the difference in the ballgame. He hit his 3-run home run after Tommy Oregon had already exited, and Sergio Perez had entered for the Ducks. But still, one of the runs that scored on the 3-run home run was charged against Oregon. As here, Harrelchek swings and fouls off the fastball, and the count holds at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Harrelchek then hit a solo home run in last night's ballgame in the bottom of the 1st inning off of Duck starting pitcher Jared Lansford. That was the only run that Somerset scored in last night's ballgame. It was tied at 1 after the 1st inning, but from that point on, it was all Ducks as they wound up winning the ballgame by a final score of 7-1. Here's the 0-2 from Oregon. Curveball misses inside. Brushes Harrelchek slightly off the plate, and the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oregon stands at 6'5", 165 pounds. Second tallest member of this Ducks team behind Brett Lauren, who stands at 6'7". From the stretch, the 1-2 from Oregon. Fastball swung on and fouled off down the 3rd baseline. That's going to land out of play. A fan makes an effort but isn't able to catch it. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, this is the 2nd game of a 3-game series between Long Island and Somerset, and the 6th straight game that these 2 teams have played against each other in a stretch of what will turn out to be 7 consecutive. A 4-game series over at Bethpage Ballpark the last weekend Off day Monday in a 3-game series here at TD Bank Ballpark. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. The 1-2 here is a fastball that misses low, blocked by Brandon Bance. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was an important stretch of games for Long Island. If you date back to a couple of weekends ago when they started off a 3-game series against the Patriots over at the Duck Pond, a stretch in which Long Island would play against Somerset 10 times in 13 games. Ducks swept that series, and then Somerset took 3 of 4 at the Duck Pond over the weekend before Long Island took last night's ball game. As here, Horacek swings through the fastball for strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Tommy Organ. 2 out, nobody on in the bottom of the 7th inning. And we'll move back to the top of the order, and Jeff Dominguez, 0 for 2. He walked his last time up. The Somerset, who had looked like world beaters in the previous 4-game set against Long Island, has really struggled to find their offense here in the first 2 games of this series at TD Bank Ballpark. First pitch to the switch-hitting Jeff Dominguez is a fastball on the outside corner for a strike 0-1. Dominguez's first 2 at-bats of the ball game came from the right side against the southpaw Doug Arguello. He then walked as a left-handed batter against Bob Zimmerman in the 5th, and now bats once again from the right side as he swings through the fastball. And he has quickly fallen behind at no balls and 2 strikes. Infield plays back with 2 out, outfield straight up. Absolutely no wind to speak of here at TD Bank Ballpark. Very humid evening. The 0-2 from Oregon. Fastball taken low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ty Wright awaits on deck, hoping for an opportunity. The Patriots would need to put at least 2 runners on base to bring the tying run to the plate as they trail 4-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 1-2 from Oregon. Misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Long Island entering tonight's ball game 6 games behind the Somerset Patriots for first place in the second half Liberty Division standings. A win tonight would guarantee the Ducks at least a share of the season series. As here the changeup misses low, and that runs the count full at 3-2. This is the 19th game that these 2 teams are playing against each other this season, while the season series is currently tied at 9 apiece. So a win tonight for Long Island would ensure that Somerset that the Ducks could, at the minimum, finish in a tie with the season series. The 3-2 here is swung on and lifted to deep center. Lou Ford races back, but in front of the warning track, he makes the catch, and that retires the side. So a 1-2-3 inning worked by Tommy Organ here in the bottom of the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Through 7, the Ducks to lead 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is manager Kevin Baez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers pave your way.
Life without Ducks baseball.
Emily, quit texting. James, get off the iPad. Honey, pick a channel.
Life with Ducks baseball. Bethpage Ballpark is set. Quackerjack is ready, and the flock is prepared to defend their title. All we need is you. For game times, promos, and tickets, visit liducks.com.
It's a blast. Now that's more like it.
Long Island Ducks baseball. Life is better here.
Hey Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will also be able to follow their Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and more. The Ducks are tweeting right now, and you can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. A new pitcher in the ball game now for Somerset. As we move on to the top of the 8th inning, Juan Rincon, former big leaguer. Spent a lot of time with the Philadelphia Phillies. He'll step on the mound, and he'll work against the 9-1-2 batters for Long Island. Dan Lyons will lead off, followed by Phelan Lentini and Brendan Harris. 4 runs on 11 hits, no errors for the Ducks. 1 run on 6 hits, and no errors for the Patriots. First pitch from Juan Rincon is swung on and missed, 0-1. Rincon, the 5'11", 210-pound right-handed reliever from Parkland, Florida. Most recently played for the York Revolution. Again, a former big leaguer. As Lyons swings through the fastball, and Dan has quickly fallen behind at no balls and 2 strikes. Lyons is 1 for 3 today. Had a base hit his last time up on a ground ball in between the shortstop, Masonette, and the third baseman, Brian Barden. Masonette made a nice sliding attempt, but wasn't able to corral it cleanly. The 0-2. Fastball fouled off to the backstop. Count holds. If you're just joining us, the Ducks took a 2-0 lead in the top of the first inning on an RBI double from Lou Ford and a sacrificed fly from Bill Hall. The Somerset Patriots then responded and cut the deficit in half in the bottom of the first on an RBI single from Luis Montañez. But since that point, it's been all Ducks. The 0-2 here to Lyons is grounded over to short. Masonette charges in, fields cleanly. His throw to first is in time. 1 away. That'll bring us back to the top of the order, and Phelan Lentini, who's 2 for 4. Singled and scored a run in the first, singled in the fourth as well. The Ducks extended their lead to 3-1 in the top of the second inning on a Brandon Bantz RBI triple, his first triple of the season, and then made it 4-1 in the top of the third on another Bantz hit, this time an RBI single along the infield with the bases loaded. So Phelan Lentini will be the batter with 1 out, nobody on. Juan Rincon trying to work a scoreless inning of relief. Give Somerset another opportunity to come back in this ball game. First pitch to Lentini, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. Eric Neeson's getting loose in the bullpen for the Ducks. So it looks like Tommy Organ's day potentially has come to a close. Neeson would be the 4th relief pitcher used by Long Island, 5th overall pitcher, if he does in fact enter the game. Lentini checks his swing but goes around on a fastball upstairs and has fallen behind in the count, 0-2. Again, Long Island in front, 4-1 here in the top of the 8th inning. Another important game for the Ducks as they try to make headway back into the Liberty Division standings. Also trying to stay afloat in the wild card standings. The 0-2 here to Lentini, misses low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ducks entering 6 games behind the Patriots for first place in the Liberty Division. In terms of the wild card, if the season were to begin before tonight's slate of games, the Ducks would be on the outside looking in, with the Lancaster Barnstormers getting the final wild card spot and the Sugarland Skeeters taking the Freedom Division. Here, a nice backhanded stop made by the third baseman Brian Barden on the ground ball from Lentini. Throws it on to first base in time, 2 away. So 2 out and nobody on. The last 7 Ducks batters have been retired in order, dating back to a Lou Ford single with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. But now 2 out, nobody on. Brendan Harris will step to the plate. He's 1 for 4 tonight, had a single in the first, has since fouled out to the catcher, lined out to right field, and flown out to left. Rincon from the stretch, first pitch to Harris, a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, 0-1. Harris celebrated his 34th birthday last night, went 3 for 5 from the plate with a pair of doubles, a pair of runs batted in, and a run scored. Game in which Long Island put up 13 hits en route to a 7-1 victory. Here he fouls off the fastball and has fallen behind. Count now 0-2. Checking the out-of-town scoreboard, there's 1 game that has gone final already. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs defeat the York Revolution 3-1 over Regency Furniture Stadium. So that makes things a little more interesting right now. As the 0-2 here to Harris is swung on and missed, strike 3. Harris upset with himself as he strikes out on the fastball, but a 1-2-3 inning worked by Juan Rincon No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Move to the bottom of the 8th. Ducks lead 4-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Brett Lauren, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Labor is on the move. PEF.
They are the Public Employees Federation.
They know it's time for workers to unite, to speak out, to demand government accountability for the way public services are delivered.
They provide healthcare services, mental health services, and services to the developmentally disabled.
They're the Public Employees Federation, PEF.
The problem-solving union. PEF is the union that cares for the community. Learn more at pef.org. PEF. Labor on the move.
Eric Neeson is the new pitcher for Long Island as we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mark Schwartz here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Thank you so much for tuning in for tonight's ball game. Pleasure to bring you the play-by-play commentary as Long Island's on top 4-1. A beautiful Wednesday evening here in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Very humid. No wind, no clouds. Very nice night to watch some Atlantic League baseball. So here in the bottom of the 8th, Eric Neeson will work against the 2-3-4 batters for the Somerset Patriots. Ty Wright followed by Darrell Ward and Corey Smith due up. Wright is 1 for 3 today. Singled in the 3rd, grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the 5th. So here's Eric Neeson. Neeson's the 5th pitcher used by Long Island tonight, the 4th relief pitcher used. First pitch to Ty Wright, a fastball in the inside corner for a strike 0-1. Neeson, the 6-foot, 185-pound southpaw from Muskegon, Michigan. 3rd year with the Long Island Ducks. From the windup with nobody on base, the 0-1. Misses outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. This season, Neeson is 3-3 in a team-high 49 appearances with a 3.43 ERA. The 1-1. Fastball misses upstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. In 44 2/3 innings of work tonight, well, this season I should say, Neeson has struck out an impressive 53 batters, but has struggled with his command. 37 walks in those 44 innings. And that's been a main cause of concern with Neeson, as here the fastball misses outside, and the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Bob Zimmerman, Brett Lauren, and Tommy Organ each worked a scoreless inning of relief after Doug Arguello left after tossing 4 innings of 1-run ball. Here the 3-1 is fouled off to Bantz, and the count runs full, to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Long Island hoping that Eric Neeson can bridge the gap here in the bottom of the 8th inning, keep the Ducks in front, and then that would likely set up a save situation in the 9th, where the Ducks would likely bring on their new closer, David Kopp. The 3-2 here to right, swung on, lined into center field for a base hit. Nice at bat from Ty Wright. Fell behind early in the count, works it back, eventually runs it full, and rips the base hit into center field for the 7th hit of the ball game for Somerset. So leadoff base runner for the Patriots. It is the first time tonight that Somerset has had their first batter of the inning reach base. And we'll see how that works out for him. Tough sledding here for Eric Neeson. In the bottom of the 8th, as now he'll have to work against the heart of the order. 3, 4, 5 batters. First pitch to Darrell Ward is fouled off into the Patriots dugout, 0-1. Ward's 1 for 3, had a base hit to left center field and scored the only run of the ball game for Somerset back in the first inning. Then grounded into a 3-6-1 double play in the third, grounded out to the second baseman Cody Puckett in the sixth. Left-handed batter, slight shift on against him. The 0-1 here, swung on and missed. Slider there from Neeson had Ward completely fooled and well out in front. And he has fallen behind in the count 0-2. Neeson from the stretch, checks the runner, the 0-2, misses outside. Another slider there from Neeson, trying to get Ward chasing. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tomorrow night, the Ducks will send starting pitcher John Brownell to the mound for his second start of the season against Somerset, as Ward rips one foul down the first base line here. 1-2 is the count. It'll be John Brownell for Long Island against Matt Zielinski for the Patriots. So a very strong pitchers matchup in line for tomorrow's ball game. And Brownell can certainly be used as a workhorse for Long Island. As a league-high 5 complete games this season. So it's no wonder the Ducks are willing to use their bullpen tonight, because they have a guy like Brownell who can go the distance tomorrow. As Ward fouls one off down the third base line to stay alive. A weak swing there from Ward, well laid on the fastball. And the foul ball went rocketing towards the Ducks dugout. Everyone's okay. Again, a semi-shift on for Long Island. Cody Puckett plays deep at second base. Line shaded towards the second base bag. The 1-2. Swung on and grounded foul. And Ward continues to fight and stay alive in this at-bat. Mentioned in the top of the 8th that the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs defeated the York Revolution earlier today. So as the standings would currently sit right now, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs are in first place. Well, actually, they are now tied for first place with the Sugar Land Skeeters, who just defeated the Camden River Sharks 7-3 over at Campbell's Field. So 2 games have gone final now in the Atlantic League, as Ward swings through the fastball for strike 3. Ward seriously fooled on that pitch from Eric Neeson. Neeson had the former big leaguer on his heels all at bat. First strikeout of the ball game for Neeson, 1 away in the bottom of the 8th, and that'll bring Corey Smith to the plate.
Corey Smith.
Well pitched at bat there from Neeson. Smith continued to foul off pitch after pitch, but eventually it was Neeson who won the battle. And now Smith will step in. 1 for 3 today, a single in the first, struck out in the 4th, flew out to center in the 6th. Again, with a batting average over 300, only player on the team to rep that. First pitch fastball from Neeson, however, is in there for a called strike, 0-1. So with Sugar Land defeating Camden 7-3 and Southern Maryland defeating York 3-1, as here the changeup misses outside from Neeson, 1-1. Currently, it's the Blue Crabs and the Skeeters who are tied for first place in the Freedom Division, with York a game back, and right now the Barnstormers, who entered today a half game back, currently leading the Bridgeport Bluefish 5-4 in the top of the 8th, as Smith swings through the changeup and the count runs to 1-2. So right now, Sugar Land would own the tiebreaker over Southern Maryland because they have a better head-to-head record against the Blue Crabs this season, meaning that the Skeeters would have one of the last 2 remaining playoff spots. As the fastball here misses outside, Southern Maryland would then have to look towards the wild card standings, where they're currently behind the Barnstormers and the Ducks. So depending on what Lancaster does tonight, the Barnstormers would be in the playoffs if the season were to end today. The 2-2 here is swung on and missed, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts from Eric Neeson. Strikes out Ward, now he strikes out Smith swinging. 2 away now in the bottom of the 8th, and Luis Montañez will step to the plate. It's been a strong day for Montañez, strongest day of really any of the Somerset batters. He's 2 for 2, has been on base 3 times with a run batted in, and a stolen base as well. Singled in the first, walked in the 4th, singled and stole a base in the 6th. Ty Wright continues to lead off at first base after he led off this inning with a base hit to center field. First pitch, curveball from Neeson, doesn't break. It stays outside, 1-0. The 1-0 now from Neeson. Fastball misses low and inside. A nice block made by Brandon Vance. He had to reach out with his left hand and pick that ball up on the hop after it had initially hit the dirt. He was able to field it cleanly with his glove and hold Ty Wright to first base. Neeson from the stretch, the 2-0. Fastball grounded over to short. Lyons fields the easy hop. His throw to second's in time, and that retires the side. So no runs for the Patriots on one hit, no errors, and one runner left on base. Ducks relievers have thrown 4 consecutive scoreless innings against the Patriots as Long Island leads 4-1 through 8 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, this is Steve Foucault, pitching coach for the Ducks. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Top of the 9th inning here at TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz on the call as the Ducks currently lead it over the Somerset Patriots 4-1. Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app, powered by Clear Vision Apps, has officially arrived. Buy tickets and stay up to date on Long Island's hometown team right on your mobile device. Download the app today for free by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. A new pitcher in the ballgame now for Somerset as we advance to the top of the 9th inning. Taking over is Mike Solbach. He'll be the 4th pitcher used by the Patriots tonight. 3rd relief pitcher used after David Harden worked just 3 innings in his start for the Patriots. But give credit to Darryl McCall, who since that point worked 4 scoreless innings to keep the Ducks off the scoreboard and keep the Somerset Patriots in the ballgame. But here it's Solbach to try to keep the Ducks off the scoreboard in the top of the 9th. Solbach stands at 6'3", 210, right-handed reliever from Lynchburg, Virginia. Most recently played for Colorado Springs, the AAA affiliate of the Colorado Rockies in the Pacific Coast League. So Lou Ford will lead things off for the Ducks here in the 9th inning. Ford is 4 for 4 from the plate with a run scored and a run batted in. He has been red hot tonight. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 batters due up for the flock. Lou Ford, Bill Hall, and Adam Bailey. As Solbach settles in, he'll work from the stretch with nobody on base. First pitch to Ford, a fastball misses outside 1-0. Ford looking for what would only be the second 5-hit game of the season for the Ducks. First came by way of Phelan Lentini earlier this season in Lancaster. The 1-0 to Lou misses upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Ford had an RBI double, which got the scoring started in the top of the 1st inning tonight, a double down the left field line. He then singled and scored a run in the 3rd, singled in the 4th, and singled again in the 6th. The 2-0 here from Solbach. Misses upstairs and inside. That brushes Ford well off the plate. That's not where you want to miss, high and inside. And the count moves to 3 balls and no strikes. Somerset relievers have retired 8 consecutive since Ford's base hit with 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Somerset has done a nice job to shut down this Ducks offense since Long Island put up 4 runs in the first 3 innings of tonight's ballgame. The 3-0 from Solbach. Misses upstairs, ball 4. First walk drawn by Lou Ford tonight, and fans, that's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quackerjack Foundation wins. So a leadoff base runner here for Long Island, as Lou Ford has now reached base in all 5 of his plate appearances tonight. And now Bill Hall will step in. Hall's 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly back in the first inning. Now 16 ribeye steaks on the season for the former big leaguer. Open stance from the right side of the plate as he works against Solbach. Infield at double play depth. First pitch to Hall, a fastball at the knees for a called strike, 0-1. Again, Hall had a scare in the 4th inning when he fouled consecutive pitches off of himself, both times falling to the ground. He stayed in the ballgame and has remained in the ballgame since. The 0-1 from Solbach. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Solbach this year has appeared in 29 games for the Patriots and has yet to factor into a decision. 3.25 ERA in his 27 2/3 innings of work. 26 strikeouts against 13 walks. Make it 14 walks after Lou Ford drew that leadoff walk. Solbach will step off the mound, take off his hat, wipe some sweat off of his forehead, and step back on. Again, another very hot and humid day here in Bridgewater, New Jersey. The 1-1. This is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Decent amount of fans have stayed in attendance here at TD Bank Ballpark. Overall, it's a pretty light crowd tonight in Somerset. Tougher to draw midweek crowds, especially as we get towards the latter stages of the summer. School's very close. Labor Day weekend is coming up, and it's insane that we've already gotten to this point where next Monday's Labor Day is. Here the fastball misses inside. And the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. So you have Labor Day on Monday, and then at least on Long Island, all schools return to action Tuesday, September 2nd. An earlier start this year because Labor Day is so early. The 3-1 here to Hall is right down the middle, knee high for a called strike, 3-2. Of course, there's still plenty of opportunities for fans to go out to Bethpage Ballpark and watch the Ducks as they continue to fight for their playoff hopes in the remaining parts of the 2014 season. 3 ways to get tickets if you're interested in going to a Ducks game. Solbach delivers the 3-2. Ford takes off. Hall grounds one through the hole on the left side, and Ford will go first to third. Nice hit and run. It's Bill Hall's first hit of the ball game, and the Ducks have runners on the corners with nobody out in the top of the 9th. Well, an identical play to the one that we saw back in the top of the first when Phelan Lentini took off from first base with nobody out in a 3-2 count. The shortstop Masonette had to cover the second base bag, and then Brendan Harris grounded one where a shortstop would normally play.
First base pinch running for Hall.
And that gave Brendan Harris a base hit back in the first, and an identical play here in the 9th for Bill Hall. And as we say that, the Ducks will make a change along the base paths as Evan Crawford will enter the ball game and pinch run for Long Island. So Hall gets the hit, and he'll take a seat as Evan Crawford enters the ball game. Crawford with far more speed than Bill Hall, so it makes sense to bring him in as a pinch hitter in this situation as the Ducks lead by 3 runs in the top of the 9th, but continue to threaten. Runners on the corners, nobody out, and a left-handed hitting Adam Bailey at the plate. 1 for 3 tonight. Single in the 3rd, walk in the 4th. First pitch here to Bailey is a fastball that's taken out. No, it's on the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1. But again, 3 ways to get tickets for future Ducks games. You can purchase them at the Bethpage Ballpark box office. Open 10 to 6 weekdays on non-game days. Open 10 until the end of the game during game days, as here Crawford takes off for second, and he'll arrive safely. Curveball missed inside, so the count moves to 1-1. That might be ruled defensive indifference. I'll await confirmation on that. So we'll hold off on giving Evan Crawford the stolen base for the time being. But what it does do is take away the double play opportunity for the Patriots, as they will now bring the infield in with a 1-1 count, trailing by 3 runs. Solbach from the stretch, the 1-1 to Bailey. Swing and a miss. Late on the fastball, and the count moves to 1-2. Other ways you could get tickets for the Ducks is you can go online and purchase them at liducks.com or through the Ducks mobile app. Or you could call the box office at 631-940-TIXX. That's 631-940-8499. The 1-2 here to Bailey. Swung on and chopped foul. Hit off of Bailey's ankle, so he'll hop around a bit. Well, it looks to be all right. Stay in the ball game. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bailey had 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in against the Patriots on Sunday. There's been no home runs hit tonight by either side. The Ducks in the last 2 games entering tonight had at least one player hit multiple home runs in a game against the Patriots. It was Bailey on Sunday. Brodin yesterday is here. Bailey rips a base hit off the glove of the first baseman, Darrell Ward. It ricochets into right field. Ford scores from third. Right behind him is Evan Crawford, a 2-run single for Adam Bailey here in the top of the 9th inning. The Ducks get the insurance runs they were looking for and are now in front 6-1. The 77th and 78th runs batted in on the season for Adam Bailey. That now ties him with Lou Ford for the team lead. A 5-run lead now for Long Island. And Cody Puckett will step to the plate. You can never be too sure when you're going up against this Somerset Patriots team who has the best record in the Atlantic League. But that'll get the job done. A 2-run single puts the Ducks in front by 5 as the first pitch here to Cody Puckett misses inside 1-0. So Long Island trying to keep their hopes alive in terms of the division chase here in the Liberty Division. A win tonight would bring Long Island within 5 games of Somerset for first place as the Solbach fastball misses upstairs to Puckett 2-0. And certainly stranger things have happened. The Ducks still with plenty of opportunities to come back in this season. Final game of the regular season is September 21st. And the Ducks host the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs as Puckett rips one into left field. But that stays up in the air long enough for Ty Wright to make the catch. 4-out number 1. So 1 away, and now Joash Brodin will step in. Tough luck there for Cody Puckett as he crushed that one, but it stayed in the air and stayed on a line for Ty Wright, and Puckett's now 0 for 5. Had a couple of hard hits that were recorded as outs in last night's ball game, and now he's 0 for 5 tonight. Brodin will step to the plate now. He's 0 for 2. Walked in the second, was hit by a pitch in the third, but has struck out his last 2 times up. Here Adam Bailey leads off of first base, a conservative lead, as the first pitch to Brodin is on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. This is currently the 116th game of the season for Long Island. It's a 140-game schedule. So after tonight, the Ducks have 23 games left to play in the 2014 regular season as the curveball misses inside 1-1's the count. And again, a win tonight would bring the Ducks within 5 games of first place against Somerset. And still 1 more to play against these 2 teams tomorrow. And that, a potential win for the Ducks both tonight and tomorrow, would give them a sweep of Somerset here at TD Bank Ballpark. As Brodin fouls one off behind home plate. Espino over, and he can't make the catch despite it landing in play. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. But a sweep for Long Island over Somerset would give the Ducks an 11-9 season series advantage over the Patriots, meaning that they would have the tiebreaker if the 2 teams were to finish with the same record in the second half at the end of the regular season. So certainly an attainable goal for the Ducks as they try to finish off tonight's ball game. Second consecutive game in which Long Island has recorded 13 hits. They're still looking for more. Bailey leads off at first, Brodin at the plate. Solbach from the stretch, the 1-2 to Brodin. Swung on and grounded through the hole on the right side. Joe Ash's first hit of the ball game, 14th for the Long Island Ducks. And now the Flock have runners at first and second with 1 out. Some fans starting to exit here at TD Bank Ballpark. And that'll bring the pitching coach for the Patriots, Corey Domel, out to the mound to talk things over. It'll be the first timeout of the ball game for the Patriots. Remember, with the new pace of play rules in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball, teams are only allowed 3 mound visits over the course of a game, which do not result in a pitching change. This is the first timeout that either team will use in this entire series, as it doesn't look like Somerset's going to make a pitching change. They do have some motion in the bullpen, as quickly Mike DeMark is getting loose, as Sobach continues to struggle. He's recorded just 1 out so far here in the top of the 9th. She's already allowed 3 hits and a walk and 2 runs to score, both on a 2-run single from Adam Bailey.
Catcher Brandon Bantz.
Bailey moves to second base now, as Brodeen will lead off of first, and Brandon Bantz comes to the plate. Bantz 2 for 4 with a pair of runs batted in, including his first triple of the season, which came back in the second inning. So Sobach will remain in the ballgame and work against the right-handed hitting Bantz. First pitch to Brandon is swung on and popped up shallow center. Masonette goes out, the shortstop, and makes the catch for out number 2. So after the meeting on the mound, Brandon Bantz sees 1 pitch and skies out to the shortstop, Masonette. And now that'll bring Dan Lyons to the plate. 7th batter of the inning for the Flock. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Ducks on top by 5. Another reliever getting loose in the bullpen for Long Island. Looks like that could be David Kopp getting loose. Again, it's no longer a save situation. The Ducks have had 4 different relief pitchers combined to toss 4 scoreless innings of relief since Doug Arguello left the ballgame after the 4th inning. Here the fastball is on the inside corner to Lyons, 0-1. Arguello was strong in his first start of the year for the Ducks, went 4 innings, allowing just 1 run on 5 hits, 1 walk, and striking out 4. The lone run he allowed was on a 2-out rally and a 2-out single from Luis Montañez in the bottom of the first. Here Lyons lifts one to right field, fairly deep, but with plenty of space is Montañez. He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. But Long Island adds to their lead. 2 runs on a 2-run single from Adam Bailey. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. Last licks for the Patriots as we move to the bottom of the 9th. Ducks on top, 6-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey Ducks fans, your recreation destination this year is The Rinks at Hidden Pond Park. The Rinks features 2 full-size ice rinks, a 97-acre summer day camp, a New York State licensed preschool academy, and a wide variety of birthday party options. Learn to skate, join one of many hockey leagues, swim in an Olympic-sized pool, and enjoy all the fun that The Rinks has to offer. Visit us today at 660 Terry Road in Hauppauge, or check us out online at therinks.com. The Rinks, your recreation destination.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back. And our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegliny.com/community.
David Kopp is indeed the new pitcher for Long Island as we move to the bottom of the 9th inning. And the Ducks looking to finish off the second game of this 3-game series with a win over the Somerset Patriots. Mark Schwartz on the call here on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. 2 more insurance runs in the top of the 9th inning for Long Island, coming on a 2-run single from Adam Bailey. And they now lead it 6-1 over the they currently lead at 6-1 over the Patriots. 6 runs on 14 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 7 hits and no errors for Somerset. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, last licks for the Patriots, working against David Kopp, will be the 6, 7, 8 batters in the order for the Patriots. Brian Barden, followed by Damaso Espino and Edwin Masonette. And they'll all work against David Kopp on the season, 1-1 with a 2.84 ERA and 22 relief appearances. Kopp has 4 saves, 25 1/3 innings of work. He's allowed 10 runs, 8 earned on 17 hits, 9 walks, and an impressive 25 strikeouts. Former second-round pick of the St. Louis Cardinals will work on the mound here as he toes off against Brian Barden. 1 for 2 tonight. Singled back in the 4th, was hit by a pitch his last at bat. First pitch fastball here misses inside 1-0. So it's not a save situation for David Kopp, but he's on to try to finish things off. The 1-0 misses upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Kopp, the 6'3", 205-pound righty from Coconut Creek, Florida, works very quickly on the mound. The 2-0. Fastball in there for a called strike, 2-1. He works quicker than you normally see most relievers do, as many relief pitchers are accustomed to working with runners on base, so a little slower approach. As here, Barden swings through the fastball, and the count runs even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Kopp had previous experience as a starting pitcher when he was moving up in the St. Louis Cardinals farm system. Spent the last 2 seasons with the Erie Seawolves, the AA affiliate of the Detroit Tigers, before making his way over to Long Island this year. The 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. First strikeout for David Kopp. 1 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning, and that'll bring Damaso Espino to the plate. So Barden's now 1 for 3 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. Here's Damaso Espino with an uncharacteristic 0 for 3 performance. His batting average now is dipped below 250 on the season. So overall, it hasn't been like Espino's been a world beater at the plate, but against the Ducks, he certainly has been. He had 2 hits in last night's ball game, taken all the way here. The first pitch fastball is in there for a called strike, 0-1. But he struggled at the plate tonight, and he's working here against David Kopp, who has been very strong as of late for Long Island. 0-1 curve misses inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. David Kopp, the current teammate Brett Lorne on the 2012 Team Israel ball team in the World Baseball Classic. Here the fastball misses outside, 2-1. So Lorne and Kopp certainly very familiar with each other, playing for Team Israel in the 2012 World Baseball Classic. And they have once again been reunited this season, and both have appeared in tonight's ballgame. The 2-1. Fastball fouled off by Espino, and the count runs even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brett Lorne, one of 4 relief pitchers used already by the Ducks, who combined to toss 4 scoreless innings of relief. Right now, David Kopp is the 5th relief pitcher and 6th overall pitcher used by Long Island tonight, trying to continue that trend. The 2-2 to Espino. Fastball swung on and missed, strike 3. David Kopp strikes out the first 2 Patriots he works against, and now Somerset is down to their final out of the ball game. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the 9th, and Edwin Masonette is the last chance for the Patriots to continue tonight's game. Ducks on top, 6-1 here. 6 runs on 14 hits, no errors for Long Island. 1 run on 7 hits, and no errors for Somerset. The Flock looking to make it 2 consecutive over the Patriots. First pitch here to Masonette, a fastball in there for a called strike, 0-1. The Ducks took a 2-0 lead in the top of the 1st inning and have never trailed. An RBI double from Lou Ford and a sac fly from Bill Hall put the Ducks in front as Masonette lifts a base hit into left center field, and that'll continue tonight's ball game and give Corey Harelchek an opportunity to step to the plate. 8th hit for Somerset. First hit for Masonette, who is now 1 for 4. And that at least momentarily continues this ball game as the left-handed hitting Corey Harelchek will step in. He's 0 for 3. That's the first hit of tonight's ball game for the bottom 3 batters in the Patriots order, as they are now a combined 1 for 11. First pitch to Harelchek misses outside, 1-0. But to recap tonight's game, it was Lou Ford and Bill Hall giving the Ducks the lead in the top of the 1st. The Patriots trimmed the deficit to 1 run in the bottom of the 1st on an RBI single from Luis Montañez, as here the fastball misses outside to Harelchek, 2-0. After that, Brandon Bantz had an RBI triple in the 2nd, and Bantz again with an RBI single in the 3rd to increase the Ducks' lead to 4-1. As here the fastball on the outside corner to Harelchek, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. The score would remain 4-1 Ducks until the top of the 9th inning, when a 2-run single from Adam Bailey increased the Flock lead to 6-1. Here, Harelchek checks his swing with the fastballs in there for a called strike, and now the Patriots are down to their final strike of the ball game. 2 out and a runner at first base. Ducks on top by 5 runs. Corey Harelchek at the plate, David Kopp on the mound, looking to finish things off. From the stretch, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the ball game. Long Island comes into Somerset, and they take the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Tonight, your final score, Long Island 6, Somerset 1. We'll take a break, come back, and wrap up the night that was on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Bobby Blevins, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
Bring your birthday to the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available for the 2014 season. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Hey, this is pitcher Eric Neeson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hi, I'm former Major Leaguer John Franco. Growing up in Brooklyn, I dreamed of playing professional baseball. My dad, a city employee, worked hard so I could live out that dream. The team at MCU is a lot like my dad. They're New Yorkers you can count on, and they'll work hard to help you reach your financial goals.
Municipal Credit Union has a full range of financial services that make sense in today's economy. Join today. Call 1-866-JOIN-MCU or visit nymcu.org.
MCU, strong, trusted, growing.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip. That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So, every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
All 2,000 of us at PSEG Long Island care deeply about our communities. Our company has a long-standing commitment to giving back. And our people, along with our energy efficiency and renewable energy programs, are helping to improve the businesses and towns we all call home. Learn more about how we're working together to better serve our communities. Visit us at psegLINY.com/community.
Hi, this is Bud Harrelson, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark. Mark Schwartz here on the call on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball. Long Island wins tonight's ball game by a final score of 6-1 over the Somerset Patriots, the second consecutive win for Long Island over Somerset. With the win, the Ducks improved to 22-25 overall this season, 62-54. 22-25 in the second half, 62-54 overall, while the Patriots dropped to 27-20 in the second half and 74-43 overall this season. Time to go over the post-game recap on the Nicolak post-game show. It was Doug Arguello on the mound for Long Island against David Harden on the rubber for the Somerset Patriots. And it was the Ducks getting on the scoreboard early, just as they did in last night's ball game. The first three batters of the ball game for the Ducks in the top of the first reached base. Lentini with a single, Brendan Harris with a base hit, and then Lou Ford brings home Phelan Lentini with an RBI double down the left field line. The next batter is Bill Hall, and his sacrifice fly to right scores Brendan Harris and puts the Ducks in front 2-0. Somerset would then respond in the bottom of the first, getting their lone run of the ball game on an RBI single from Luis Montañez. That made it 2-1 at the time. But that would be all the offense that Somerset really could muster in the ball game, as the Ducks would extend their lead in the second inning on an RBI triple from Brandon Bance, scoring Joe Ash Brodeen, who led off the inning with a walk. And then in the third, it was Bance again who would increase the lead once again for the Ducks, made it 4-1 on an RBI single with the bases loaded. So the Ducks were in front 4-1, and that would be all that the Ducks would see from the Somerset starter, David Harden, who takes the loss in tonight's ball game after he allows 4 runs all earned on 7 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts over 3 innings of work. It's the third consecutive time that David Harden has started a ball game against Long Island, and third consecutive loss for Harden, and the third consecutive time in which he has failed to pitch past the 5th inning. So with the Ducks on top 4-1, it would be smooth sailing the rest of the way. Doug Arguello, the starting pitcher for Long Island, went 4 innings, in which he allows 1 run on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. He does not qualify for the win because he didn't go 5. Instead, the winning pitcher for the Ducks is Bob Zimmerman, who worked a scoreless 5th inning of relief. And that would be one of the major storylines throughout the remainder of the ball game. It was Bob Zimmerman, Brett Lauren, Tommy Organ, Eric Neeson, and David Kopp all combined to throw 5 consecutive scoreless innings of relief against the Patriots to keep the Ducks in front. Long Island would add a couple of insurance runs in the top of the 9th inning on a 2-run single from Adam Bailey, which provided us with our final score as the Ducks take it 6-1 over the Patriots. We'll take another break here on the postgame show. When we come back, hand out the Nicolak postgame game player of the game honors and check out the out-of-town scoreboard for one final time as the Ducks defeat the Somerset Patriots 6-1 on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Hey fans, this is infield Sergio Miranda, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak Pavers, Nicolak Pavers, pave your way.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
And welcome back to TD Bank Ballpark for the final time tonight. Mark Schwartz on the call as the Ducks defeat the Somerset Patriots by a final score of 6-1. Time to hand out the Nicolak Player of the Game honors, and a couple of opportunities and a couple of options for the Ducks in tonight's ball game. Brandon Bance had a strong game. He went 2 for 5 from the plate with 2 runs batted in. But the player of the game has to be Lou Ford for the Ducks. He has 5 plate appearances and is not retired once. He goes 4 for 4 from the plate with a couple of runs scored and a run batted in as well. So Lou Ford is your Nicolak Player of the Game. Nicolak Retaining Walls and Paving Stones, a company synonymous with quality and service in the manufactured concrete industry for almost 50 years. Check the out-of-town scoreboard one final time here in the Atlantic League, as now all games have gone final, and unfortunately for Long Island, none of the other final scores help them out in terms of their playoff push, as the Lancaster Barnstormers defeat the Bridgeport Bluefish 5-4 over at Clipper Magazine Stadium. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs defeat the York Revolution 3-1 at Regency Furniture Stadium, and the Sugarland Skeeters defeat the Camden River Sharks 7-3 over at Campbell's Field. So the playoff positioning right now is the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the Sugarland Skeeters are tied for first place in the Freedom Division, but the Skeeters would get the advantage. They have the tiebreaker over Southern Maryland. So Sugarland would take the second half standings in the Freedom Division, and with Somerset still currently in first place in the Liberty Division, that means there would be one more wild card spot left to be had, and the Ducks are still 2 games behind the Lancaster Barnstormers as Lancaster won again tonight. Plus, Lancaster has the tiebreaker over Long Island, having already won 11 games over the Ducks this season. So the Ducks need to leapfrog the Barnstormers to try to get back in the wild card push, as they're 2 games behind the Stormers. But in terms of the division race, the Ducks now are just 5 games behind the Somerset Patriots. Still one more game left to play in this series, and still a little under a month left of games in the regular season. So plenty of time for the Ducks to try to come back and take the Liberty Division in the second half of this 2014 season. So that'll pretty much wrap things up for us here from TD Bank Ballpark. Once again, the Ducks defeat the Somerset Patriots by a final score of 6-1. Bob Zimmerman gets the win. He improves to 2-2 on the season. David Harden gets the loss. He drops to 1-4. Make sure to tune in for our next broadcast. It'll come tomorrow night right here at TD Bank Ballpark, where John Brownell will toe the mound for Long Island against the southpaw Matt Zielinski for the Somerset Patriots. Game begins at 7:05 tomorrow night. Coverage at 6:50 here on the Ducks official YouTube channel at youtube.com/DucksBaseball. So for everyone involved with the broadcast, I'm Mark Schwartz signing off from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Have a pleasant rest of your evening, everybody. Good night.